Come on in. Come on in. Make sure you share the live on tonight. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Thumbs up the video. Make sure you share the live. Tag somebody in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. Call your friend. Call your messy friend. Call everybody you know and let them know that we is live. We is live. We are live tonight. Okay. Make sure you put the children under the bed. Okay. We don't want no issues tonight. Okay. I got some work to do. I got some work to do. I got some work to do. So make sure y'all come on in tonight. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this started.
This the NCB. I got a freak elite like Pablo Pete. 980 the Neo Fold is where the Charlotte Leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox. Like crack foes, like the locks. We knock bolts and the knots. Now I know when he talks. How I can't even announce my parents' script and reach the doc. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots. Like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson, for real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Got to be more careful.
Lord, you got to be more careful when you come around here to these NC Beach streets. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Phyllis, Miss Phyllis, before you come in here tonight, Miss Phyllis, I tried to DM you on your Facebook page. Go to your other DM box and check your message. Hit me up because I wanted to bring you up on the show because they had sent me a video of you was going in on April Fox. Avril. That's the name that she going around here telling everybody, you know, who she is or whatever. But anyways, shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. I am the baddest blogger, Mr. Gerald Jackson. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate everybody for coming on tonight. We have to take care of some business tonight. I have to address some stuff. And we have some women that have came out over on the internet and they have told their stories about a pastor down in Conway, South Carolina. And so tonight, if you're in South Carolina, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure tonight that as you come in, you let me know where you're watching from tonight. Also, tag someone. Make sure you thumbs up the video, y'all. Y'all know I haven't been live in a minute. But anyways, shout out to everybody that's tuning in on tonight. Let me tell you something. Let me just lay some rules down tonight, okay? I'm not playing no games tonight. Now, let me say this. A lot of you all are new people. You know, you just found out about me over the last couple of years. You have not been here before. This is your first time. Well, the North Carolina Beat, we are raw, uncut, unfiltered. Meaning, I will talk about your cootie cat. I will talk about I will talk about your nigga. I will talk about him. I will talk about the dirt, the niggas that he's sleeping with. I will talk about your kids, the slow, the retard. It don't matter who you are, okay? And my moderators and my people in my comments are my followers, okay? And they have the right to say what they want to say. And if you don't like what they have to say, you can bounce, you can unfollow. We don't give a damn, okay? Now, I know this is a sensitive topic for a lot of people tonight. And I have taken the time today, got up this morning, went through a lot of the videos and a lot of the evidence and a lot of the stuff. I got I got stuff over here. I got a video we're going to play. And I got a special guest. Because, and I ain't gonna get all the way into it, but this dirty butt was over on King Jive's show last night, and the sick ass patient, because they tell me he's sick. And I don't understand why y'all niggas be up here. You go from 300 pounds to 120 pounds, then you be up here trying to throw your weight around like you can fight somebody. Boy, sit the fuck down, nigga, before you be broke like a motherfucking pencil. They tell me that you a scammer. They say your real name is not Bradley Worthington, and I have court documents that there are police warrants out for your arrest right now for DUI in Nevada. You send online and you talking about Bishop Chambers lying on him. Jives, your auntie was over on Jives' page in the comments. They was putting her on timeout. So we definitely gonna talk about your dirty butt ass tonight, and we're gonna talk about you first. So if you know this dirty butt ass, pussy ass, sick patient ass bitch, because they done gave me his file. Another sick one. I got another sick one. I don't know why they keep giving me these dying patients. Another sick one. Now, let me say this before I move any further tonight. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. Let me shout out some cities. Who in South Carolina tonight? Shout out to South Carolina tonight. Gamble Donquita up in here. Mia, what's up, Mia? Let's go beat mob. Somebody named Alicia said, my friend said, if you don't like, you can leave. I know that's right, friend. Okay. Southern California up in here on tonight. What up, sis? My sister Deanna in here on tonight. Shout out to everybody that's in the building on tonight, okay? Fayetteville in the building on tonight. Make sure y'all share a lot. Let me see how many shares we got. Okay, let me see how many shares, because this is going to be some good, I love doing good story. I don't like them boring stories. You know what I'm saying? And okay, we got 13 shares, 33 on Facebook. Come on, y'all. Let's get these shares up. Come on. It's 417 of y'all on Facebook right now. 60 of y'all on YouTube. YouTube, come on. Shout out to everybody tonight. It's okay, because it's going to get back. It's going to get back. Tonight, I'm sipping on a little bit of apple crown and pineapple juice. I came live a little early just to give y'all a couple of minutes. I'm sipping on some pineapple juice and apple crown tonight. Y'all know that's my favorite. That brown make you clown and that white make you fight. To all the church people that's coming in here tonight, I'm not saved. I just love the Lord. Amen. So I want y'all to know that tonight. I'm not saved. Brother Gerald is not saved. I just love the Lord tonight. Okay, these hoes ain't got nothing on me, so they might be posting my mug shots after the night. But I got shirts over here for $35. If you want one, hit me up. They got all my mug shots up here, and you can represent the NCV. Okay, for $35. If we don't give a damn. Now, let me get into some serious business tonight before I move forward, because I need to address this before I move forward. If my video gets struck tonight, it's because King Jives struck the video. Now, as many of you know, I'm a very busy person. And a lot of these content creators and bloggers up here, they don't have no LLC. They don't have nothing going on for themselves. They be so quick to get a story. Now, many of you all know the history that me and King Jives has had. Okay, y'all remember when I was away, Jabba the Hutt was making up lies trying to say that I said that Jives owed me some money. And today it is true. It wasn't true then, saying that some woman said that she had sent Jives a cash app and it was supposed to split the cash app up and it was supposed to go to me or whatever. So we've had an on and off relationship, but none of the stuff that Jives and Williams have said about each other, none of the stuff that Jives has reported on Bishop Jordan, none of the stuff that Jives has reported on some of the other people that he's cool with, I've never reached that level. I've never gotten as disrespectful. I've always stayed to myself. You know what I'm saying? I've always done my job because I have a lot of stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? I have real friends that I didn't meet on the internet. Okay. We have met some nice people along the way, but I have day ones. Okay. Into my middle school, elementary school friends. Okay. ISS motherfucking friends, OCLC friends. But we talked our issues out. We came back cool. And, we just been, it's been all right. So last night, Jives, for the last couple of days or lives, Jives had been trying to get me to come on his show. Okay. He had been testing me. I had a lot of stuff going on. So last night I was able to go on his show. And I text Jive. I said, Jives, are you still live? Now, this is about 10 o'clock. He said, yeah, we still live. I said, well, what are y'all talking about? He said, we talking about Bishop Michael Joyner. Okay, who we're going to get to. And I was like, okay, all right, okay. So he sent me the link or whatever. I told him to give me a couple of minutes and I'll be in there. Well, by the time I got up there, they were getting ready to leave. Now, I'm not going to play his video because I'm just not going to play it. You can go over to his show last night and you can see the ending of it, okay? So anyways, got up there and I got up there and I was like, listen, I'll just come in on the third part of the show. Whenever y'all do, because y'all about to get off, I'll just come on the third part of the show. April's sitting up there with a glass of wine. Oh no, go ahead, say what you got to say. Bradley, go ahead. As soon as I get up there, chow, this jive, chow, everybody's so happy. But the moment I say Ariel, because her real name is April Fox, okay? When I say April or Avro, because that's the name she going by on social media, okay? There's a lot of niggas up here that got PPP loans. We're going to get to them. Don't worry about it. We're going to get to him. Anyways, get up there. I tell her, I don't think you're a victim or whatever. Thank you for bringing it out. Woo, 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 woo. We got into a little back and forth. She went in. She went ham. Okay, she was so mad. She was up there looking like a creature from under the stairs. Okay, what Kaya say? They look like creatures from under the stairs. Then you had the sick patient up here in the middle, Bradley, okay, who got warrants right now for his arrest for DUI, okay, in Nevada. Clark County. You got warrants right now, and they say that he's on the run from somebody that he just scammed. Multiple people have reached out to me about wigs that he has scammed them from, and that's why you got to be careful when you be in the comments talking about Gerald, because the people gonna send me all of your dirt, bitch. So, a story is going up on your motherfucking pump pussy ass, you sick nigga. I hope you done made enough money so you can pay for another round of your medications, bitch, that they tell me that you got over there, pussy ass nigga. So anyways, y'all know me. Everybody that follow the NCB, they know me. Y'all know I'm a roast, I'm a toast, I'm gonna talk my shit. It is what it is. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna shut up. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm admit that y'all already know. I go hard, but I'll admit when I'm wrong. So anyways, Bradley come up there. You want to, matter of fact, I don't want to play it. Go over there and watch it. Give Jive some free promotion because he needed to pay Bishop Felton his money. Okay. Let's talk about that. So anyways, long story short, they all got mad. It got to the point where I'm sitting up here finna roast Bradley, and Jives cut the live on me. He cut the live stream on me. And I'm like, hold on. I know Jive didn't just hang up this live on me because you know me. You know this nigga can't just say something to me and he get away with it. And I know this might be your little friend because y'all so quick to call niggas your friends. But what was them niggas at when you called me for some money that I gave you, King Jives? Yeah, go running and telling. When you needed to go to Minnesota to make the court here because you ain't had no money. See, that's what I don't like. Nigga, I always help motherfuckers. And then they always try to give me their ass to kiss. If anybody you should have hung the live up on, you should have hung it up on them other pussy niggas. And I be trying to understand how y'all got all these friends, and then the people that y'all be needing, y'all don't even really be talking to like that, or y'all really don't even be fucking with like that. But y'all always find a way to call me when you need something. Where was your friend? And where was your friends at then, Jives? And this is my thing about Jives. Jives did his thing on the interview. Okay, I can say he still need a little bit of coaching. I've told Jives offline several times, Jives, you need to stop bringing these people up here without proof. You need to have proof. Everybody already know before you come to the NCB, you need some sort of evidence. You can't just come up here and say somebody is a child molester and then you don't have no proof of that. You need to have proof. And I feel like he gonna wind up finding himself back in a lawsuit where you're gonna have to pay somebody else again. Because you just let these people get up here and you just let them say whatever. If you're going to talk about something, stick to the post. Stick to your story. What can you prove? Okay, you said that he's a child. Do you have proof of that? Okay, we can't talk about that on the show. And so I feel like that if Bradley want to talk about a real journalist before they come to the conclusion, and he couldn't even get it out because I shut his ass up. A real journalist is going to have proof before they let anybody come up there on their platforms and just say anything. And I just thank the Lord tonight that it's not me, okay, carrying the defamation burden. Okay, it's not me. Okay, just like Tasha Woody Woodpecker dumbass. Girl, take it down. You knew you was lying on on Cardi B. You got to pay somebody 4 point something. You got to ain't nobody finna get $4 million to my motherfucker, man. Take it down. But I understand Josh need money to pay Felton. He need money to pay his lawsuit. He need money. So that's why all right, y'all, we got We gotta go. We gotta go. Send me that. We ain't made our 250 yet. I ain't hustling like that because I'm not out here lying on people. Okay. But again, I am not, as a journalist, not going to analyze stuff. Like, where was the journalistic questions in these interviews? You just let these people come up here and talk. You don't ask no questions about nothing. You don't. So listen, y'all. On with that. So let me just tell y'all. Matter of fact, let me just get on right into it because matter of fact, hold on. Let's do this first. And then because this guy right here, he don't even have nothing to do with Bishop Joyner. So hold on, let me get him together. Let me get my guest up here real quick. Okay, let me get my guest up here real quick. While we waiting on my guest, hold on, let me see something. Y'all know I like to go on and get to it. Come on, Facebook. Okay, let me get my guest. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in tonight. You know, I just don't like people that be trying to play me. And the thing about it is, bro, I'll be good to you. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to give him good advice on journalism. I be telling him about insurance. I be telling him about all of this stuff. And, you know, to try to hang up on me while I'm trying to get this sick bitch together. How dare? Because, nigga, why are you, Darius Jaquan Jackson, why are you still on these live streams? Because your mama got a restraining order out against her, which is why we ain't seen her. From my understanding. Okay, hold on, y'all. Miss Katrina. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's
Okay,
up?
you
What
can
it
hear me.
do?
What it do? Listen, y'all, can y'all see Miss Katrina and can y'all hear her? If you are in the chat, give me a thumbs up. And y'all, I like to bring people up here. I definitely like to bring people up here, especially the people that people try to shut out and don't give them a voice and don't give them a platform. But I definitely like to bring people up here so they can tell their side of the story, or I'm a truth seeker, you know what I'm saying? So I just like the truth. So everybody said that they can hear y'all. Drop Miss Katrina some hearts because they tried to silence her, you know, when she was trying to come up and put the truth out there. So y'all make sure y'all give her some hearts, show her some love. They said they can see you. Now, before we get started with Miss Katrina, I just want you all to see who this person is right here. Okay, now this right here, he's on social media going by a fake name, but his real name is Darius Jaquan Jackson. Okay, you have seen him on social media going by Bradley. Hold on, let me pull up this name. Hold on, because you know I be saying so many names. He goes by Bradley Worthington, okay? And he's recently been trying to get clout. He calls himself a international celebrity stylist. To me, he looks like an international bum, but you know, that's neither here nor there. He's an international scammer from what I'm hearing. It's just he's a liar, he's a manipulator. And you know, we just want the truth to get out here. And not only from Miss Katrina, but I've heard from other people that this story with Bishop Chambers that he's put on. Now, I'm not defending the bishop. Okay. I'm not saying that any other stuff that the bishop has done that it's not true or whatever, but we're speaking about this situation and what happened. Now, let me put this post up here. A couple of days ago, Bradley took to social media, and this is all alleged. He said, Patrick Chambers Sr. sexually harassed my mother for years. This bitch made man has the audacity to call her a liar. You try to silence her by saying that she was stalking and harassing you because she confronted you about all of the hell that you put her through. You tried to frivolously get a restraining order on her to sabotage her livelihood behind a lie. To have own family attack my mother and I for telling the God-heaven truth is completely asinine. Jaretta Jackson, Cassette Durant, and Kathy A. Austin, his members, all conspire on a plan to entrap Chambers. Now, this is a liar, a known scammer, y'all, that's coming up here talking about another, all conspire on a plan to entrap Chambers in his office and confront him about the things that he did to my mother. Now that everything is being made public, they've fallen victim to amnesia. So since they say we lying on him, here's the polygraph examination. No deception detected. Patrick, go take yours. I bet you can. Y'all, let me just say this. Polygraph tests are so easy to pass. Okay. You can pass them. I can pass a polygraph test. They're so easy to pass. And that's why they are not admissible in court. You can't use them in court. Now, law enforcement uses them to detect if a person is lying, to bring charges or not. But, him really, using a polygraph test don't really mean that you're telling the truth. Okay. So, anyways, Katrina, I saw your video on Facebook. So a couple of people saw the video after my live last night. That's when all hell broke loose when I went live last night. I was like, well, God, dog. I saw your video, and a lot of stuff that you said in the video, I found like looking online and stuff like that. And then some of the stuff that you were saying as it relates to this was just like, wow, people really like Jives letting people get on his platform and spew lies and stuff about stuff that didn't even happen. So before we get started, Katrina, I just want to say welcome to the NCB. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been dealing with the shenanigans with your nephew? Or go ahead and just tell us. Just start. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing this afternoon? I am a resident of Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a self-employed individual. And Darius Jaquan Jackson is my nephew. He was birthed at the age of 14. So you could imagine the trauma that my parents went through when they found out that my sister was pregnant at the age of 14.
Mhm.
Um, he has a birthday coming up April 20th. So, we put two and two together. He's getting money up for his birthday because he's broke. The nigga's broke.
Oh, he
Okay.
broke. Oh, okay.
Oh
He
yeah,
looked
he
broke
broke.
too. Hmm.
Yeah, he looked broke. He look, water go through his hand by the end of the night. Whatever check that Jobs paid him is gone.
Probably ain't paid the next
That
thing. He ain't got nothing to pay himself. So.
basically, and at the end of the day, um, he does not have credible nothing. Do
Mhm.
not if he was credible, when I realized I had him blocked on my social media, from his mother to him to his other three sisters. He has three siblings. It's four of them. I unblocked him, and went on his stuff while he was live, started commenting
Mhm.
about what people should know. He immediately started deleting my comments and then blocked me.
Over
Okay.
on Jobs' page.
No. This was
Oh,
on his page
oh, his
now.
page. Okay, okay.
After everything had happened on Jobs. Okay,
Got you.
so go back to where Jobs was live. That was Monday when everything broke.
Mhm.
I was on Jobs. I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on. So I started. Do y'all know that he just scammed someone out of $8,000 for a Tesla car that he was supposed to be selling them? Do y'all know that he is on the run from Las Vegas to he's now in Houston? As I know, he lies about everything.
Mhm.
So we don't even really know exactly where he is. But
Mhm.
if you're on here, some people looking for you. So you better stay hiding. That's all I can tell you. Because they looking for you. They ready. And at this point, the family don't care nothing about what happens to you. Whatever
Yeah.
your demise is, your demise. Okay. But yeah,
Ooh.
he's been scamming since he started. Since we kind of, he was raised by grandma and granddaddy,
Mhm.
and partially his mother, and he started these scams, lying. Since he's been in high school, this Negro lied when he saw one of my other nephews, which is in the same age bracket,
Mhm.
graduated from high school. Gerald, um, everybody bigging him up because he's graduated from high school,
Right.
and this Negro faked that he graduated with honors, had everybody believing that he actually graduated high school from Valley High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Well, he wrote a letter to the church that he was attending at that time,
Mhm.
saying that he lied, he didn't graduate from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? But that was one of the second things.
Right.
He almost got his grandmother fired from her state job Googling Jay-Z and Beyonce.
What?
Using her work computer, not Googling, but going through her
Mm-hmm.
agency that she worked for, looking up Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, are you stupid? He did that when he was in high school. Because they know her and she
Mm-hmm.
was a supervisor, had credible, background. They was just
Mm-hmm.
like, ain't no way. Like, my mother's old. She don't know nothing about no Jay-Z and
Right.
Beyonce. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those are some of the shenanigans. He's also when 2011, when I was living in Vegas the first time, he went on my Verizon account. At that time, if y'all remember Wachovia, he
Mm-hmm.
had a Wachovia bank account, student account, checking account. This Negro paid the bill because the bill was passed through because I ain't had no money to pay for it. Me and my other
Mm-hmm.
sister had a split account with that Verizon account. He paid the bill off and ordered 5 iPads on my account and had them shipped to my mother's address. Now, who does that? My mom was like, ain't nobody did that but Darius.
Mm-hmm.
Not only has he did that, his mother works in the insurance industry, and he went through her insurance files and filed for credit cards and some of her clients' names. She called my mom and she said some credit cards and some of my clients' names coming here to my address. Yeah. So not
What?
only has he did that, also in high school, these are the start of the scams that
Mm-hmm.
we started when he was in
Mm-hmm.
high school. And he also ordered like 10 or 15, I can't remember. It was around 10 or 15 phones from T-Mobile. He went and got an account in my mother's name. He did all this online, had the phones, got the phones, 10 or 15 cell phones, and was giving them out to students at school. And she threatened him like, "Hey, if you don't go and get all those phones, me and you gonna have some problems." So
Mm-hmm.
instead of we've been giving him slaps on the wrist since. Instead of nipping it in the bud when he was doing those things, the police should have been called. Police report should have been filed. So those are some, just to name a few scams that he's.
Mm-hmm.
There's more. There's more.
So this post that he made about the pastor Chambers, what do you know about this? He said, "Is this true that the pastor sexually harassed his mother for years?" So tell me about this post because I know originally in your video you were addressing the post. Tell me a little bit about this situation, this allegation that he's put up here on social media.
Okay. Let me take off my shades so y'all can look at me clearly. That didn't happen. It's not true. My sister had me calling his wife, calling him names to his wife, saying that um your husband made a pass at my sister. And see, that's what I'm telling y'all. Investigate things before you be going after people.
Mhm.
Investigate things, but you don't know the truth. Had everybody thinking that this was true. So this dates back, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either around 2010 or 2011. It's been so long ago. That's how long it's been going on.
Mhm.
So, um, it wasn't true, and we believe that it was true down to the point of my mother, his grandmother, leaving Bishop Chambers Church, and we got close ties to him.
Mhm.
Not only just going to his church, we got family ties. Okay,
Right.
so the reason why we found out it wasn't true is because her story started changing.
You
Okay.
talking about Darius' mom's story?
Yes,
Okay.
Janetta Torres. Yes, her story
Okay.
started changing.
Okay.
Okay, so then me and my mom started, 'cause her and my mom been beefing, just been
Mhm.
beefing ever since I can remember about certain things. And so she was like, you need to tell me the truth. What did he do? So the next time she came in with her story, it was something totally different. Oh,
Mhm.
he just said I looked nice. Netta, you looked nice. She's the type of female, and I ain't bashing nobody, but if every man that compliments you ain't trying to hit on you, baby. They not. So it's
Hmm.
not true. I don't know about anything else that happened on Bishop Chambers' account of whatever engagements he's I've been in the room working for him, working on projects after I graduated college, and he's never had anything to say to me out the way. Okay.
You know what? You know what's so crazy? Let me stop you right here. What's so crazy is that I didn't get no emails from about Bishop Chambers, but when I went live last night and I told you all hell broke loose, I've received so many messages about this dude that goes beyond scamming. Um, I just received the email from a guy before we even went live. Um,
As
about
Darius.
I, I'm trying not to put it out there, but the guy said that after he had with Darius, he went to the and he but I need to vet that. And I was like, we was just talking about that over the phone, and then this email come in, and then so many people sending me these emails about him with PPP loans and and all of this stuff, and that he's a liar, he's a bad liar, and that anything that he says is not true. Now, let me ask you this now, from what I've heard, the reason why his mom cannot come out and speak on this is because there is a restraining order against her.
Okay, so here's what happened with that case. When they went to court, from my
Because this all
understanding,
ties in the same thing, correct? As far
it's
as
the same.
these
Yes,
allegations.
it's the same thing. So from his own mother, she went live one time about Bishop Chambers, and she went on live and she said he didn't get the pussy. I'm just gonna say that
Hmm.
respectfully, you know, he didn't get the pee. Okay, um, and
So
she
the
went on
mom
a
went on live and said this as it relates
yeah,
to.
maybe like a year or so ago, 2 years. I don't know
Mhm.
how far back that was. And so when that happened, Bishop Chambers went and filed that restraining order. Okay.
Mm.
So when that happened, um, of course she went ahead and took everything down and deleted those posts. So they finally went to court by it. They did a restraining order, and then when they went back to court, she hadn't did anything else,
Mhm.
so they couldn't keep the restraining order in place. So essentially, that was why the restraining order was dropped. So Darius is
Okay.
lying. He's lying. So there's no active restraining order. But the judge did say that if anything else happened with her, that there was going to be some more things coming against her.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to
even though
double check that because somebody in South Carolina that pulled it up said it's still active, and that's why she. So let me. That's why she won't get on. So why won't she come out here and make the allegations that he is making against the bishop? Like, why is like I understand that you taking up for your mama, and from what it sounds like to me, she was possibly flirting with the bishop. I mean, these women, I don't, because how we get all the way to the pastor trying to get your pussy and you getting up here on live talking about the pastor and get your pee. I'm just trying to understand how we get into these conversations with these pastors.
okay, so from what she said, it was just as simple as she was sitting in the church because he's the type of person that when he's arriving to church, he goes in through the
Hmm.
back door. When he's leaving church, he goes through the back door. If he has cameras everywhere in his church,
Hmm.
Gerald. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out when was she alone with him for him to even say that? Okay. I don't
Right.
know whether this was a phone conversation or not when he made those passes or whatever he did to her. Her husband, during this time was locked up for DUI. So she went to him. From my knowledge, needing help, which why you going to him anyway when you got family that would help you? He didn't
Hmm.
offer her no money. She went to him. Okay. We trying to figure out the same thing. You know,
Right.
she made a comment too, a family member also, in reference to um I can have him if I want to. I would be the one driving that Mercedes and having all his money. This is a reference to his wife. Really? So if this happened to you, if you were being verbally and sexually harassed, why are you saying things like her story just kept changing, kept changing, kept changing?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know when it happened, how it happened. She got so angry until she started coming at him one night during an active Friday night church service about it. That was the same night that I called and was calling. I couldn't speak to him. His wife answered the phone, and then she was just, defending him as she should.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's the only thing that I've been a member of his church since 2005. And
Mm-hmm.
then whenever this happened, I can't even remember the years. My mother left the church because of that. Because
Right.
somebody accused the pastor of that, and that was my child, I would do the same thing.
Right.
So, which led my mother to go back to his church. And his mother, the one
Mm-hmm.
that said she was sexually harassed, went back and joined his church. If he did all of that, why in the heck did you go back to his church
Right.
as a
So
member?
so let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question. So this whole incident allegedly happened in 2005.
Nah, this incident happened, I believe, around 2010 or 11 is when that incident happened.
The incident that he's
We
posting about.
joined his church as a family. We joined his church in 2005, sometime in 2005.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what made him come out now? Because I'm getting a text message from South Carolina. They saying that the restraining order is still in effect. I have to pull it
Oh,
up
okay.
myself. I
I
have to
didn't
pull it up
even know
myself.
that.
Right. That's why they're saying that his mom is not speaking out. That's what I was told, and this is what whoever has it is saying. Okay, so why is he coming out now saying that Bishop Chambers, do you know why is he coming out now saying that Bishop Chambers sexually if this happened in 2010, 11 or whatever, like why is he coming out now? Like I understand that people go broke because when you look at his page, he really don't have shit going on. He's sitting up on Jobs page and he's talking about that he's a celebrity, international celebrity hairstylist.
He
You
ain't
are
never even been out the country. Excuse me for I'm sorry. He doesn't even have a passport.
they sent
Go
me
ahead.
his
Continue
they sent
on.
me his ID over here. I mean, this guy is a international rat, okay? An international bomb. I mean, he
That's
has nothing going on.
He's an international bomb, correct.
And so, okay, so if I can remember in your video, you were saying something about okay, tell us a little bit more about the $8,000 scam that he's on the run for right now because he's left what you said, Texas or Vegas
He's
to
left
Houston.
Vegas.
He's left Vegas to go to. So what's going on with this $8,000 scam that he's on the run for now? Because he's live on Jive's page and all these people page while he has a active warrant right now from Clark County for
Nevada.
DUI. Like I'm gonna put it up here and show y'all DUI. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so back to first what you asked. My sister sometimes have meltdowns, and she was molested when she was a child. So I
Mm,
give her grace with this. So was
mhm.
I. So it bothers her. She never went through therapy. She
Yeah.
lies and says she's going to therapy, and she doesn't. She has told her kids information that no parent probably should ever share with their children unless they're adults and adults enough to
Mhm.
handle it. My nephew has flattened tires while people were in church of one of her sexual assault victims. Also, all four, as far as I know, all four of them. And he's the same man that sexually assaulted her, but he went all the way with her. Um,
Wow.
and so she'll have breakdowns or whatever, and they are a two-headed monster. So she'll have sometimes when she's crying and she'll, confide in him and be,
Mhm.
like he's her daddy or something. And
Mhm.
so he'll get mad and angry, and that's why he'll go and defend his mother or whatever. But he's never done this before, so this is very puzzling. And I believe that his mother didn't know anything about him doing this. So I
So
don't
what is
even
she
think
saying about this now? About the post that he
she's
just posted?
radio silent, sweetheart. She's radio silent, Gerald. Sorry for calling you sweetheart.
No, you good. You
Um,
good.
she's radio silent. And she does that anyway. When she does stuff, you won't hear from her. She block you, whatever. Nobody's hearing from her. I've reached out to her. I reached out to her that Sunday night before everything started popping off to say, "Hey, please tell Darius to take that stuff down because he gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna hurt him." So
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think she knew about it. Like I said, I believe
Right.
Darius is getting paid from jobs. If he had money to get paid to give to him, Darius is a crack fiend when it comes to doing things for money.
Uh-huh.
So back to the scam, which of many scams. So we don't even know how he got Tesla cars. I do
Oh, that's
remember
what the
him
8,000 was about.
correct him selling one of his Tesla cars for
Okay.
$8,000.
Okay. Yeah, because they've been sending me so much. I'm gonna do a whole expose on him. I'm gonna do a whole expose on him. Okay,
Okay.
so but we don't know why he come up with this today, like with this stuff that he's alleging. Okay. Um.
Money. I do know why. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
Is there
Mm-hmm.
anything else that you wanted to say? Because I did see your video, and I was going to play it, but I was like, I could just probably reach out to her to get her to come up here. And I know you know, our time frame that we talked about. Is there anything else that you wanted to get off your chest that we did not talk about, or anything like that?
Okay, please don't believe anything that he says about anybody. He's not a credible witness or person or whatever. He's a liar. He
Mhm.
lied about his HIV status. He lied about so many things. He's not credible. And I can't speak for no one else's account with Bishop
Mhm.
Chambers, but between him and my sister, only thing what she said was he made a pass at her. He said that she looked nice. That is it that she said. I even asked her several times, "Hey, Netta, oh, did he do anything else to you?" No. She even
Mhm.
has friends saying that she said she was going to his revival and she said, "I thought you left his church." And my sister started laughing. Like, like, girl, no. Like playing games with people. Like, don't do that.
So let me ask you
There,
this: what's your relationship with your? Sorry to cut you off. What's your relationship with your sister? Now, do y'all have a good relationship, or like what's?
no, we don't talk at all anymore.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
we don't have a relationship. She's cursed my mother out. She cursed my dad out before. Right
Y'all have
after he
same
got his
parents?
same mama, same daddy. It's four of us. She
Yeah.
cursed them out, cursed my dad out right after he got his cancer diagnosis. He's no longer with us. And she's I know she apologized to my mother. Um, I don't know about my dad, but ever since then, I ain't been on one accord with her. Um, and she, of course, she didn't cuss me out. I don't care.
Mhm.
But you're not gonna cuss my mother and father out.
Mhm.
And I didn't hate her. I forgave her, whatever, whatever. Um, but then she still keeps picking at my mother
Mhm.
about being at his church. Like she keeps bothering her, like doing things. Like between him and her, they just faked the last weekend of February that Darius was in the hospital on life support and he was gonna die within the next hour. So my mama with heart problems was on her floor crying at 5 something in the morning, thinking that Darius, her first grandchild, was dead. This is how,
Wait, this
so was I
Darius that we talking
crying.
about right here?
With, huh?
You talking about this same
This
Darius?
2026 right here. This Darius Jaquan Jackson, yes. I see. I didn't even. I'm. I haven't even got, he has so many scams, but that was the latest one right before the car. We got the call about the car scam.
Uh-huh.
So who fakes their death? And I just knew it was my sister because I know my sister's cry. We was raised in the same house. my, I knew her voice and I knew that was her. But now we're not believing it's her after just all the things that we've been getting the information. But what made us believe was that we put the fake phone number that she or he was calling from
Mhm.
in a cash app, and it came up with her name. It came up with her name as Janetta Torres.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, that's why I believed it was her that faked that.
Yeah.
And then when we did the skip trace with the phone number, it came up with someone in the city that her home is in Effingham, South Carolina. And I was like, oh yeah, this is her. And then just by hearing her voice,
But the person said it was Darius in the hospital.
it was Darius in the hospital on life support, and that the doctors had just called my sister and said that he wasn't gonna make it within the next hour. And we were trying to reach people. I was in Miami. We were trying to reach people, and after we finally and the person finally got him on the phone, and he said, he texted him. He said, "Let me see your hands," just to verify that was him because he knows him. That's my nephew.
Right.
And so he did that. As far as I know, he did that, and then he picked up the phone and called him, and he answered for him. Um, and we all got on conference call. No, y'all, I ain't dead. I'm here. I mean, I was crying my eyes out too, cause out of all the scams my nephew done did, he's still my nephew. I still loved him.
Yeah.
And we all was crying. Well, not this person, but we all was crying,
Mhm.
thinking that he was gone. Who plays like that?
Yeah.
Gerald, we were hurt. I
Yeah.
promise you. I mean, we had family. My dad's baby sister. We had people going to Charlotte Airport because she was allegedly trying to get on the airplane to fly out of Charlotte to go to get to Vegas to see about her son. It
Mhm.
was a lie. And then within the same week to the $8,000 scam, I got a phone call. Trina, Darius just scammed this boy out $8,000. What? So that happened on a Saturday. Literally, I'm getting this call on a Wednesday. Um, they went to a glass repair shop because he was supposed to be getting one of the windows in the car fixed. It took a couple of hours, they said. And then the guy had cash. So they sounded super young. They sounded super young, like 18 or 19. So the girl
Well.
that called was his roommate. And the guy that was exchanging the money, he was a male, okay?
Mhm.
And so he had a check that the insurance people gave him. So he had already cashed it.
Right.
And the girl was calling on his behalf. Oh, cute dog. Is his name
Thank you.
Chocolate? Sorry.
No, no, you can go ahead.
Okay, so the guy, once they were done, the guy had cameras, and
Mhm.
he gave Darius the money. Darius got in the car. They say he was dressed up in a suit, trying to look good, this, that, and the other, which is what he always does to scam people, to think he's this super nice dude. His
Right.
funky behind don't even wash from day to day. If you look at the bottom of his teeth, he don't even brush them nasty, stanky ass teeth. Excuse me.
Uh-uh.
But anyway, oh, excuse me. I'm trying to. Gerald, I told you it's one day at a time.
Go ahead.
Um, gave Darius the money, $8,000. Um, he's sitting in the car digging around for stuff like, okay, gets in these people car and drives out to the sunset. What?
What?
So the girl, he gave. Then he had already given um the guy a fake, well, not a fake, he had given the guy a phone number,
Mhm.
which was a close relative's phone number. And he was like, I don't know why the heck Darius got me in this mess, but look, he don't need to be playing with me. He told that girl, he said, this my sister on the sorry, this is my relative on the phone. She gonna tell you. And that Derek, I said, girl, press charges to the fullest extent. You need to be at Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, like right now, like yesterday. I don't even know whether she did it or not. I don't know, but
Right.
we told her to go on and
I'm
do
gonna
it.
find out. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. They've been sending me so much stuff in about this scammer that
He's a scammer.
trust and believe. I'm the baddest blogger. Trust and believe. I'm gonna find out. So don't worry about that. I just want to thank you so much. I didn't want to play your video. I wanted to bring you up here, and just give a little bit about what you know about this fraud. And I really appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you, Gerald, so much. And any more information that you need at any given time that I have, I'll send it over to y'all
Okay.
because y'all, please stop. Can I say this one more
Sure.
thing?
Go ahead.
Please, stop going on his platform. I know y'all nosy as heck, but what you're doing is you're giving money to him. He tried to say he ain't making that much. Okay, we know that you don't make that much money on platforms, but you make them on different platforms. So what I'm telling y'all is he's lying to the people. He's blocking the people that knows him. And that's how he's continuing to do his thing. And y'all are allowing him to make money. Please shut that down. Stop being so nosy. I know that you want the information, but just stop being nosy. Shut him down. He's a liar. I know y'all want the tea, but let me tell y'all something. People are being hurt. My mother is hurt. My mother has been cussed out again by him. So if anybody know that if he cusses out his grandmother, that and wiped his butt and took care of him, so have I. I don't care about being cussed out. But he's my mother, his grandmother. If he don't care about her and saying whatever about her, he don't care about none of y'all. So he's a liar. So stop following him. Everything about him is he has so many scams that we could sit on this podcast for 5 hours, Gerald.
Yeah.
It's
Trust
all
and believe.
us. He has felony
Trust and believe. I know.
charges. He was just in jail this past September. Um right before, I mean, I'm sorry, I think it was September or October, in jail in Clark County, and then got extradited to Georgia about them same cars because we don't even know what
Why
them
you don't
cars.
want to tell people about them shot? I got you, sis. I got you. Thank you so much for tuning in, sis. I appreciate it.
Okay, sorry, sorry,
All right, no,
sorry.
you good, baby. All right,
And please give us the name of your podcast again where I can
it's
look at live.
it's just the North Carolina beat, the
Okay, thank you.
NCB. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, sis.
Have a
Okay, y'all. Sorry, we was on that a little bit too long. But listen, a lot of people in the comments, the people y'all in shade in the comments, but I can't control that. I a lot of stuff that we talked about off of the phone, I do believe. And everything that she said, I do believe. Y'all, everybody's not gonna get up here and deliver stuff like we are. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna be blue. Come on, some people is just not gonna do that, okay? But I know the pussy ass nigga was over on Jive's live last night, and we finna get to the other part of the story was on Jive's Live, at talking about a real journalist, a real journalist, a real journalist. Well, let's talk about a real journalist. You right now, this is his case right now in Nevada right now. You got charges. You got a warrant right now for your arrest, Darius Dirty Butt. You dirty butt ass nigga. You got all this motherfucking black ice on your motherfucking head. You shriveled up like a prune ass nigga. I'm gonna bring this nigga up here on the line and say you gave him that motherfucking thigh out, nigga. Every time I see one of these little niggas that be, rolling their necks and be sitting there looking like a motherfucking thumbtack in the motherfucking side, you know. But did you tell the people while you trying to run up here and report on something? Did you run up here and tell the people that you got DUI charges right now? Did you run up here? Did you run to the internet and tell the people that you got shoplifting charges? All that shit. I already done ordered your court records, nigga. Did you tell the people right now? Right now, you got a bench warrant for your arrest, Darius. Impeding traffic by traveling too slow or stopping on the roadway. Y'all, I should have put all the other stuff up here. You got DUI, alcohol, and or controlled substance. Did you go tell that on Jives Live last night? Jives, why you didn't get that money, nigga? Because Jives, you need some money so you can pay Felton. Why you didn't turn this nigga in? Why you didn't get your $2,500? Why you didn't go to Crime Stoppers and drop this nigga in? Did you tell the people, Darius, that you got $17,803 for a PPP loan. They done forgave your loan. Did you tell the people that you said that you was a hairstylist, bitch? And you got a barbershop lifted up here. You got $20,000, $20,833 from the federal government that you ain't paid back. Did you tell the people that? Hold on, Blue. Okay. He's a drunk. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the good tea I'm gonna save because we getting a little too late. So I'm gonna save that rest for another live. What is this right here? Oh, that's the wig people. Hold on. No, I got some other people. Baby Darius, see, that's why I said watch what you be saying in the comments because the people is gonna send it to me. Okay, so let me go on to the story that we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna run through this. It's a quick story, but we're gonna run through this. Okay, so listen, y'all. Everybody already know. If you don't know, you about to know, okay? So this man right here is Pastor Michael Joyner, okay? Pastor Michael Joyner is a bishop, okay, in in Conway, South Carolina. Okay. He got a church up there that he be running, okay, and some women have come out online, okay, and they have said that Bishop Michael Joyner, used his position, his position as a bishop, all of his spiritual authority, his prophesying, his laying on hands, everything that the pastors do. This one girl who was sleeping with the bishop has decided that she wanted to come out and she wanted to tell her story. And in her post, she talked about how she was manipulated. She talked about all of this stuff. And I'm about to put her post up here because we about to get into it. Okay. So let me do this. Let me put this post up here from my website. Here, let me do this and let me zoom in. Okay, let me know if y'all can see this. Okay, this is her right here. Okay. Let me see if I got this other picture up here. I call her mustard braids. Okay. This is her right here with her ugly husband. Nigga sitting up there looking like Lamont, looking like Fred Sanford in the background. Okay. And I really honestly think he's a fool because this girl cheated on him while he was out there checking everybody blood pressures on the road, probably get him a little pussy on the road. And that's why he probably didn't leave because he was like, well, baby, I was out there getting me some on the road too. I was up in probably messing with my clients. I was at the truck stop. He probably ran into him a little bit of parking lot lizards too. You understand what I'm saying? So that's probably why he's still up here looking like a fool. Okay. Well, mustard braids. Okay, now she don't have that hair color in her head now, but mustard braids had got online. She said that her Facebook post that I'm about to read right here had got deleted by Facebook. Okay. Now, they wanted to argue me down last night to tell me, yeah, Gerald, her post got deleted. I felt like that she deleted it on her own, but they said Facebook deleted it, and Facebook probably did delete it because it was some bullshit. Okay, that's probably why they deleted it. Okay, now for y'all who did not see her post, and you was over on Jive's page or where all the other women ran to, then I'm gonna read to you what the post said. Okay, now this was posted earlier this week. Okay, she says, I have a wonderful husband who loves me, but I allowed my bishop of 8 years, Apostle Michael Joyner, to use his position as a spiritual leader to initiate and maintain a sexual relationship with me. She said the relationship was not equal in power or influence. He, as my spiritual authority, held a position of trust, influence, and control, which he used to manipulate and shape my behavior to satisfy his personal and sexual desires. Now, let me say this. Ever since this post has been deleted, I feel like from the videos that I have heard, her story has changed. Okay. For example, in the video on Jive's page, the first night that he brought them up there, she was basically talking about that her and the pastor already had something going on before she got to the church. She's saying they already was messaging before she got to the church, before she even joined the church. And then her husband in the background looking like a fool. He was in the background trying to correct her, talking about, well, we was Googling for some churches and stuff, and we found the churches. And it's just like, at this point, girl, get your story together. Get your story together, okay? So now he using all of his influence and position of trust. She don't put nothing in here from when they already was messing around from what I saw. Maybe I missed it, but we're going to continue. She said, he as my spiritual authority held a position of trust, influence, and control, which he used to manipulate and shape my behavior to satisfy his personal and sexual desires. His words, allegedly, my wife doesn't mentor to me sexually. We haven't been intimate in over 20 years. Anytime I preach extremely hard, typically during high services, I experience strong sexual urges and need satisfaction that I know I'm not going to get when I get home. Also, his words, a person never really stops cheating. They just do it differently. He made all these statements to normalize and continue the sexual behaviors between him and I. Through the entire encounter, I was expected to maintain a public image within the church while privately engaging with him in sexual activity. Ain't that's what y'all all do? Y'all fuck on Friday through Sunday. And when Sunday get here, you go to church and you shout, you buck, you knock all the gel, all the weave out, you knock the red bottoms that you done painted with spray paint off your shoes, got the carpets messed up. They need to get some new carpet because y'all got them fake church red bottoms on in the church. I mean, this is what y'all do. Y'all go to church, y'all fuck, y'all go to Kojic, to the holy convocations, you get nasty, you get freaky, you leave all this stuff on the walls, you leave all this stuff on the sheets for these people to come in here, the housekeepers to come and clean up y'all mess. And then y'all go right to church and you stand up in the church and you talking about Fair East Side. You know, this man ain't made you get up in there to keep no public image, girl. That's what y'all fake church people do. They said she did say it, but not directly. Okay. We're going to get to it. He used his leadership to create circumstances within ministry that negatively impacted how I was perceived and treated by others. I had to deal with rejection. Wait, did I miss anything? Hold on. Okay, so he used leadership and secrecy. He used his leadership to create circumstances within ministry that negatively impacted how I was perceived and treated by others. I had to deal with rejection, being an outcast and not being invited around because of what his church could feel but not prove. I was deemed disrespectful. Okay, yes, she did say it. Okay, I was deemed disrespectful. What was there to respect? How do you respect leadership at church if the leadership doesn't respect church? Leadership is supposed to represent something sacred, and unfortunately, it did not. This was not an isolated incident, a mistake, or misunderstanding. This was intentional, deliberate, ongoing, and sustained over several years. He invited me to his ministry under these pretenses. I didn't come to his church to make him fall. He had already fallen, which is why he wanted me to come around. So he had a way of seeing me and justifying why he was in communication with me. His words, you have to come to the church, April. I have no way of explaining to you otherwise. Y'all mark this. He damaged my sense of self and personal identity. He caused social harm with me within the church community. He caused me spiritual harm and loss of trust in religious relationships. This was an isolated incident. Okay, wait, let me say blah, 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 blah. I trusted everything he said. He trusted a leader that abused his family, blah, 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 blah. He slowly broke my inner. Hold on, wait. Let me see where I left off at. Religious relationship. Where am I at? I just lost it. Oh my gosh, whoever screenshotted this. Okay, let me see. He damaged. I know I ain't drunk. Hold on. He caused social harm with me within the church community. He caused my spiritual harm and loss of trust and religious leadership. I did not initiate this situation, but I did go along. He made sure I became really close and attached to him. I trusted everything he said. He was a trusted leader that abused his influence with me. I was shaped, manipulated, and used to satisfy his flesh while he maintained an image before the church. He slowly broke my inner being emotionally, physically, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. He affected my entire relationship with faith itself. A person can stand behind the pulpit, preach powerfully, prophesy accurately, and still be living in deep intentional wrongdoing, not confuse gifting with righteousness. And it be like, dang, y'all be going through all this. Y'all want to preach. Y'all still want to preach that, girl. You need to be getting healed and delivered and set free because you stepping out on your husband. Like y'all should be embarrassed to even come out here and say that you wanted your pastor while your husband was out on the road making money for y'all. Because he told Jives and them that you didn't have to work, that he was taking care of everything. Hold on, let me see. He spoke the word through God. He spoke the word of God through microphone while living in direct contradiction. He put his consecrations that he didn't honor himself while the church was turning down their plates, not eating. He was still eating. Talking about me. While he informed his congregation to fast from their phones, social media, anything virtual, he was virtually jacking himself to me on video in his office, in his church, and in his pastor study. It's not really used to study anything biblical. The only thing he was studying was me, studying and examining my female parts. Oh my gosh. Right before Bible study, right before he walks out in fake humility and mounts the pulpit. So yeah, the church has a high time in the Lord through him because he's already on his high. He's already got his quick fix, his sexual release. The same hands touching the oil, the same hands touching the flock's forehead is the same hands he used to satisfy his flesh. He preaches a standard to his members that he doesn't live by himself. While the church was sacrificing, he was indulging. While the church was praying, he was playing. While the church was disconnected from the world, who wrote this? AI? He wasn't. The church, okay, let me see. He wasn't. The glitz and glam of church is not real. We stand and applaud the very people in leadership that have the same issues we have or more. He tried to convince me, did convince me to separate the two. Two meaning separate the man Michael from the bishop Michael. Know when I'm being your pastor and when I'm being your guy, April. Those were his words to me. April, you really have to learn to separate the two. The church has to stop blindly protecting leadership and hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. The same accountability that he preaches, he needs to be held to. He needs to address his church. He needs to apologize to me, to his church, to his family, and to his following. We have to stop sweeping things under the rug to maintain an image that's not real anyway. I don't mind exposing myself when it's the truth. This is my bold truth, and true character walks in truth. This is my honest release. The truth sets you free. I'm free. I'm done. Okay, listen, let me say this. From somebody that I know told me that this stuff with Bishop Joyner, and I gotta say allegedly, has allegedly been going on for a very long time with him and his wife, or his wife having to deal with him messing with women. This is what I was told from somebody who is a very credible source aside from all of this, because I was telling him about the live tonight and I was going to go live to talk about it or whatever. And let me just be honest with y'all. It is so hard for me, who has seen real victims, to feel sorry for, and I'm speaking on what's been put out there, not what hasn't been put out and what's not proven. Okay. I'm not speaking on somebody being molested because nobody showed proof that they were molested. This is just stuff that you put out there, but you have to be careful what you say. That's why I feel like it's very important that when stuff happens, you need to say something right then. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be waiting until 10, 13 years later. Go ahead and say something right then so you will have the proof and you have all the evidence and Now, it was another lady on there who I'm not going to play the video because I did have the video. It's like 28 minutes, but I'm not going to stay on here because we stayed on here a little bit longer. So I'm going to do a part 2. But it's so hard for me. Laws COVID, I did not say that she was a victim, okay? I did not. She can't be no victim. She's a whore. She's been a whore forever. Everybody in South Carolina that know April has told me that she is a whore. That's what it is. And this is my thing about the stuff, though. I am so sick and tired of grown people going to churches. And there are real victims out here in these churches, whereas, the pastor is really taking advantage of these children, raping these kids, molesting these children, taking advantage of these women. You the praise and worship leader, and the pastor wants you to go on the road with him to sing, to be his traveling evangelist, but he's having sex with you and fucking you, and you just like, whoa, pastor, what you do? Like, I believe there are real victims. But let me say this. I get so tired of people who say they are saved. Even if you're not saved, there should be some type of respect in the house of God. When I was going to church and when I was in ministry, 2 people you respect, the first lady and you respect the pastor. Bishop is wrong as hell for engaging in these type of behaviors. And I'm going to just speak to Sharon and Lakeisha, because I feel like that they have, I feel like they really was there for the church or whatever. And then again, they are willing participants at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? They said laws need to be booted. Let me get laws up out of here. I'm gonna get laws of what laws are. Let me get laws up out of here. But I feel like that when y'all go to churches, you see the first lady. You know this pastor is married. Like, this pastor is married. You know he has a wife. You know this is his wife. And when temptation comes and he be wrong, y'all still indulge with the pastor. And you know he married. I get so sick and tired of it. Yes, the pastor is wrong, but why is it when y'all sleep with the man at the AutoZone and y'all sleep with the nigga that own Burger King, y'all don't never come online and say, "Oh, he's sleeping with me." Y'all always come online talking about these pastors that you know is a hoe. You know he's a womanizer. You know that he's been doing this shit for years. You done heard about it on the streets. You done heard about it. You know he got a little bit of money. You know he give y'all good dick because everybody done testified. Well, especially Sharon, he was busting all in her mouth, and she was still over there on Jive's page thinking that she wanted to get. So she was thinking she could go back today. If she could talk shit about the bishop on social media right now and still go back and get her little piece of dick, Sharon would be over there all mouth open. And I'm just saying based on what she said. But it is so disrespectful. And they want to talk about they save and they love God. Let me tell you something about a saved person. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. Your mind is a terrible thing to lose. And my question be, how do y'all love God, have God in you, got the Holy Ghost, you got discernment, you so saved, you so sanctified, you filled with the almost, ain't even got the Holy Ghost, you got Sprite in you. I mean, you got all this anointing, all this deliverance. But as soon as your pastor try to come on to you, you don't say, hold on, pastor, wait a minute, pastor. This ain't God right here. He ain't show me this. He told me I was going to come to this church and get the word, pastor, I can't do this. I got to go. A real Christian, a real saved person would have said, no. I'm not talking about somebody who come to the church and don't know nothing about church. I'm not talking about somebody who just trying to find God. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you hoes that be going to Brian Corn church, you hoes that know that this man is married, you know he got a wife. If you don't respect him or yourself or your own husband, April, at least respect the woman of God, the woman that he has. I feel like it is so disrespectful to know that somebody has a wife or in a relationship with somebody and you still trying to get with them. I'm not going to sit up here and put everything on the pastor. Yes, the pastor was not being a bishop and some of this stuff. He was not being a bishop. He was being a promiscuous man who want pussy because the woman that he married is not giving it to him, allegedly. We don't know what's going on in their bedrooms, but every one of these women had the opportunity to say, Bishop, no, you're married. Even Sharon said, I knew this was wrong, but she still wanted that dick. I knew this was wrong, but she still kept going. Lakeisha sent all this money, but she homeless. You know that you got to pay your bills. Why'd you sending all of this money to the church? Y'all be right up with that bullshit. And when stuff don't go your way, you want to come out online and you want to talk about, oh, he did this. Oh, he was doing this. Oh, he was doing. It was like, girl, you was exposing yourself, but it's like you're still trying to hold him to a higher standard. How you going to hold somebody that needs to be delivered to a higher standard? Why didn't you go to the elder in the church? Why didn't you go to the police then? The Bible say, crucify your flesh. Hey, God, crucify your flesh. Y'all are wrong just as much as Bishop, and they keep doing all these interviews telling us what we already know. I don't know why Jive. See, the problem with Jives is that Jives don't protect himself from defamation. Like he don't ask no questions. He just let them people get up there and say what they want to say because he needs a check. And it's okay. But y'all niggas gonna be getting sued. And don't call me because I'm not helping you, bitch. I'm not helping you. But it's like in her post, it's like she was holding him more accountable than I said. I mean, it's like, look, let me go back to one part, good part. She wanted the relationship to be equal in power, influence. The relationship was not equal. He has my spiritual authority held a position of trust, influence, and control, which he used to manipulate and shape my behavior to satisfy his personal sexual desires. I'm trying to understand. You knew this man before you came to his church, according to what you said. You knew this man. And then all of a sudden, he trying to shape you. You knew he was married. All this stuff that you said that he told you. And I'm just trying to understand why now. If, like, you can break free now, but you can break free then. But y'all all willing participants. It's so embarrassing that you got a husband, your own self, that you don't even love your husband enough. You don't even love your husband enough that you go out here and cheat on your own. Girl, you is a whore. You know, oof. Listen, baby, if you got to leave a man that you married, that you said that the bishop married, mind you, Avril said that Bishop Joyner, her husband said that Bishop Joyner married her and her husband. And all of that marriage counseling and all of the issues that they were having, the bishop was really letting him know, you not no real man. You don't know how to put it down like me. Because I'm trying to understand, what does Bishop Joyner has that your husband Chuck don't have, other than Bishop Joyner being a bishop? Like, what was the point of you? This your husband right here, April. This your husband right here, April. And this is Bishop Michael Joyner right here. What did Michael Joyner have that your husband didn't have? Was it that your husband was on the road traveling, nursing, and the bishop was right around the corner? I'm just trying to understand. That is so sad when I look at this lady, all this hell she going through. And she's saying, don't say nothing. Keep it. She's trying to, it's like she's trying to figure it out. What the hell I don't do? I know my husband do this stuff. But if y'all reject the devil, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, hey, God Almighty, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, if you resist the devil, Joyner will flee. How many times somebody done asked you for some cootie coo and you done said no? How many times they done tried to invite you to the movie theater just to take you out to dinner to get in your pants and you done said, no, I want to take it slow. I want to take it slow. I don't want to do this no more. I want to take it slow. Why you didn't tell the pastor that you wanted to take it slow? What do Bishop Joyner have that your husband don't have? And I'm trying to understand how the fuck do Charles or Chuck, whatever his name is, I'm trying to understand. He is so slow. And she's still over there. Listen, let me play the video. We got enough time because I want to open up the line. Phyllis, I got to let Phyllis come up here. This nigga sitting back there behind her, over her shoulder, still with her. Now, I don't support domestic violence. I don't support domestic violence. And y'all know you got to differentiate the real from the gag. But it's like, she's still sitting up here in your face telling you, I love him. When we was in love, for a person that's already loving somebody, already liking somebody, we fucked. We did this. She's still happy that she got some dick from the bishop. And it's like, what woman want to share her piece of meat? You mean to tell me all of these years, Bishop Joyner been out here messing with these hoes out here in the church that's coming to his church and giving them business cards, and y'all hoes throwing y'all pussy up like horses do. You know when them horses be in heat, they tail be straight up, just got that. You mean to tell me that you let this bishop, April, I'm talking about you, mustard braids. You mean to tell me you let all these women ride your penis, the one, because you wanted Bishop's penis. You didn't want your husband's penis, because if you really wanted your husband's penis, then you would have waited until he got home off the road to give you some dick. But no, baby. So listen, y'all. Let me let y'all, I'm gonna play the video. Okay, I'm gonna play the video, and then I'm gonna open up the phone lines and let a couple of y'all call in. I'm gonna let a couple of y'all call in. Hold on, let me play this video. We just got to watch the video. We just got to watch the video. Let me put this up here. Now, in this video is all three of them. You got Lakeisha, you got Sharon, and you got Avra. Okay, and then you got her husband, that had something to say. So let me put this up here real quick. Hold on. Let me take this. Hold on. Let me see. Let me put this right here. Hold on. Okay, now this is the little introduction. Okay, hold on.
Isha Jackson. I actually was a fellow member of Divine Deliverance Worship Center. 2 years ago, I posted a Facebook video live. I'm going to let the Michael Joyner know he needs to repent because of the sexual assault that allegedly he did to me and my daughter, because we put police reports in.
Now, this is Lakeisha Jackson, okay? I don't know why these people got Jackson names, but this right here is Lakeisha Jackson, okay? So she gonna tell her story, so they get through the introductions, okay?
But it was never, they told me we didn't have any proof. But I have proof of giving the church money, financing the church's money. And when I became homeless, they did not help me. They did not do nothing. And I was there for 7 years. So I ended up here to speak on that.
So I'm here tonight because, and thank you so much
This is Sharon.
for this opportunity, but I am here to tell about the experience that I had at DDWC and just free myself, tell the truth. And I carried that burden for a very long time, and I don't want to carry it anymore. So I just want to tell my truth.
All right, well, I'm April, and this is my husband, Chucky.
How you doing?
And yeah, I exposed Bishop Michael Joyner on Facebook 3 days ago.
Now, I was there for 7 years. And I got 3 kids, and I'm single parent.
Wow.
I have a righteous anger built up. So the manipulation of the money given for pastors' tithes and offering, I was in a cult and did not know it. I didn't know it. I was a baby in Christ. And by going through this, I went homeless. Me and my kids was paying $100 to stay in.
Now let me catch y'all up. Now this right here is Lakeisha. Okay, so she's finna start telling her story. So Lakeisha, Josh put up a screenshot where Lakeisha gave over $15,000 to the church, and I think she received a little bit over a stack, but she gave a lot of money to the church. And in some of the captions of it, it was like love offerings with hearts for the pastor and stuff like that.
Hotels all around the beach. I had not just my kids, I had 2 other beings, my 2 nieces that I was taking care of at the time. And we were in and out of hotels for 9 months. Mm-hmm. And the church only sent me $300 for my car insurance. But throughout all the years, I poured in because I thought my money was going to the homeless. I thought we were going to feed. My hopes was up. I thought this was an investment. I thought this was an investment on what God is going to do in our life. That's what they tell you in church. I thought I was investing in people's future. I thought I was investing in my children's future. But nothing. We didn't go out and feed the homeless. We didn't, there's 2 motels on the side. We didn't give them anything. But that ain't even half of what I gave. And I've been a single parent for a long time. My children is still damaged by this. When I was in need for money and was homeless for those 8 months with my children, I had to call back to Illinois where my mom and my father was, and they would send me money. They never questioned it because they knew they was just some prayer warriors. They knew God is going to bring her out, but they made sure that I was taken care of while I was here.
So Keisha, were there any sexual advances with you?
Oh yes. He loved to say this saying, "I got you."
Mm-hmm. That's what he says, Keisha.
Yep.
I got you. And this is what he said, "Yeah, I know you got some goods. You got 3 kids. But those are the ways he used to, do it. And then slide.
But then nobody go and say to the elders of the church, hey, Bishop just made a pass at me. This ain't I'm just trying to understand. Y'all know this man is married. Why you didn't go tell the wife? Why you didn't go say, hey, First Lady, Bishop just came on to me? But every time people start speaking like this and asking questions, everybody it's so easy to say I was in a cult. It's so easy to say I was manipulated. It's so easy to say this. And the reason why I'm speaking out like this, because we got to stop going to churches, sleeping with the pastors. Find somebody in the church that's not married and that's a hoe just like you. You a member, instead of building your pastor up and saying, dang, God, what can I do to help my leader? I'm a young preacher in the church. You brought me here, Lord. My pastor is dealing with. He's coming at me. What can I do? Lord, what can I do to help my pastor from falling? Y'all going to the church, jumping on the dick, and then coming out here like it's some, oh God. But you know,
Put his hand on your bottom and then get in your face. I got you. I got you. He did my daughter like that. She felt uncomfortable. My son still ain't came. My daughter still ain't came back from that. We addressed him. He got real upset, like cowardly, and we left it alone. And God told me, I'm gonna release you when I release you. And I ended up getting released from the church maybe 2 or 3 months after that. And I became homeless. I was under pressure for about 3 years. And then my daughter didn't say anything until it came out. That night, my son was offended. And then she said, well, Mom, this and that. But I remember the shift in her change in her attitudes and all that. I knew something was wrong, but she wasn't speaking. That's why it's important for your kids to speak.
Okay, so
that
my
was part of it.
experience was.
She said a couple of more words about that's important for your child to speak, and I really apologize to your daughter if that happened to her. I really, really do. And I just honestly feel like as parents, and I'm not a parent, but I'm a dog parent, but as parents, we have to do more to protect our children because we allow environments to be around them. We allow stuff to go on. And then when we allow it to go on for so long, justice gets away.
And I just want y'all to know that I do love the Lord, but I'm not perfect. Okay. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. So I'm far from perfect, but I do love the Lord. You know what I mean? So I don't want anybody to think I think I'm holier than thou, because no, it's not that at all. But what I want to say is that I was visiting DDWC for a while before I actually joined, because, I joined a few churches and I was like, I don't want to join another church until I hear the Lord tell me this is where he wants me. And so my son sometimes would say, Bishop said, this is the.
Well, let me stop this. Let me read this. You're right, Gerald, but advances should not be happening for them to have to tell anyone. You don't know people's past to say they should have told Sat. Listen, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. If we can get up every day to make a decision of what we're going to do, if we're going to go to church, baby, listen, you can say stop. Okay? You can tell somebody, we cannot be making decisions in our everyday life. And then when it comes down to hard topics that people don't want to be challenged on, or that people don't want to be talked about, and then we say we don't know what they went through in their past. I know women right now who has been molested and raped as children, and still to this day know how to make sane decisions. And a lot of times when people know that you've been through stuff like that, they will try to take advantage of you. I get that. But at some point, you got to say no, and you got to leave. Like, if you're strong enough to leave one place and not ever been in that situation until you get to another place, then how quickly are you so to fall back down to the same pits that you was just in? Get up and get out. Get up and get out. You can get up and get out. You really can. You really can. And based off these stories and stuff that I've heard, these people could have left. They didn't want to leave. They enjoyed what they were involved with. They was. And they allow lines to be crossed that should not have been crossed, if it is true. I don't have no proof of that. I can't speak on that. I can't speak on if the pastor did this or did that, because nobody brought any proof out of that. I can't say he's wrong, he's right, he did it or not. All I can do is listen to what she's saying and give my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? But the broader my broad opinion is the fact that all of them were willing participants. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like that women and men need to be held accountable for their part, starting with stop going into churches knowing that people are married and are in relationships. And if they are trying to come on to you, go the other way. You know how to say no. You know how to say no. You my pastor. You don't know how to leave the church. You don't know how to leave and send a letter. You don't know how to just leave and put it out on the blog. Y'all be liking this stuff and y'all want to be giving them enough chances. What can somebody do to you or say to you for somebody that's violating you? Because you know, if it was me, I would have been out. Peace, deuces. Oh, hell no. And I would have told somebody. Because being saved, that's not how it's supposed to be. Serving God, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's not. A lot of y'all, let me just go back to the video.
The church where you belong and all of this other stuff. So this one particular night we were having a service, and there was a guest speaker that I don't know his name, but immediately after service I go up to Bishop and he says, this is where God wants you, right? And I was like, yeah, okay, like that. And then I go across the way and I go to shake the speaker for that night. I shook his hand and he said, this is where the Lord wants you. And so when he said that, I was like, oh, wow. Okay, well, this is confirmation. This is where I belong. So I go to Bishop and I say, hey, I said, I told him what the guy said. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and join. And then I don't know if it was that Sunday or the following Sunday or whatever, but I ended up joining the church. And so after that church, when I found DDWC, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you, I loved DDWC. Everybody was so kind. Everybody was so sweet. I felt like that was home for me. I felt like I found my place. I found my people. I ain't never leaving. This is home for forever. And so, and if I'm talking loud, y'all, I'm so sorry. Okay. So then, I'm a member now and everything. And so I wasn't yet living in Myrtle Beach. I was traveling from Florence, well, actually from Greenville, and then to Myrtle Beach. And then when I moved to Florence, I was traveling from Florence to Myrtle Beach. So this one particular day, I called Bishop because I think it was about a dream or something that I had. So I gave him a call. And so in our conversation, we were talking about, he brought up another issue about one of the ladies that I used to bring to the church she stopped coming. And he tells me, he says, well, you know why she stopped coming, right? And I was like, no, I thought I knew why she stopped coming. And I was like, well, yeah. And he said, well, she stopped coming because I won't let her talk about you. And I was like, talk about me? Like, what? That took me by surprise. And so he said, yeah, I won't let her talk about you. And he said that it was something involving some money. She had lent me some money. But by the time Bishop was telling me this, I had already paid the lady back. And which I let him know I already paid her back up, with that money. So anyway, so in that same conversation, he tells me that he's attracted to me. And I was like, oh, wow, really? Like that, right? And so he was like, he's telling me about how he feels like when I'm.
Now, they don't give a damn about the first lady. They don't care nothing about the first lady. They done came to this woman's church. And it's so crazy how these people be calling these people spiritual mom and you sleeping with your spiritual dad. Oh my.
Up in front of the church, and if I'm like laid out on the floor or when I dance or something like that, it turns him on. And no lie, I was shocked when he was telling me that. So I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, this is a pastor, but he's telling me this. And then he ended up asking me how I felt about him. Did I like him? And I said yes. Y'all, I'm telling you, I did not like I loved Bishop. I loved him as my leader. When I went to DDWC, there was no hidden agenda. I was not attracted to him. I was not turned on to him. I looked at him as my leader. There was absolutely nothing that I felt towards him. So when he asked me that, I did say yeah, but wasn't I don't know why I said yeah, but it wasn't the truth, right? So
because you wanted to the bishop. I don't know why y'all come up here try to expose the bishop. Then you still don't want to keep it real, girl. You knew why you said yeah. I cannot believe y'all is up here doing this on this old lady like that. You know what, Bishop Joyner, you was wrong for that, sir. Now, all these allegations they got on the kids, I'm not gonna joke about that. I got to get some information on that. But about these hoes, it's like Sharon. The way Sharon was talking about how you came over her house, kissing her all in her mouth, and you ate her out. I mean, this stuff is just. But see, Giles didn't want to give his commentary like this. Giles was just over there. Let me get all the money because I got to pay Bishop Felton his $50,000.
then in him telling me how he felt about me, and I was like, well, what about your wife? What about your children? What about my son? Because my son is a musician at the church. I said, well, what about my son? And then what about God? But he was telling me that he and his wife don't sleep together, and he has needs and all of this other stuff. And so I'm like, well, okay. So after that conversation,
girl, he told you that they probably get in your drawers, girl, not for you to be sliding on in. You should have been like, well, Pastor, I'm going to pray about that, Pastor. I'm going to let the Lord deal with that. You should have been talking about, oh, hey, this might be my time. His wife, okay, so they already going through marital. This is what these people be thinking about.
I don't know if it was the same day or maybe a couple of days. This was a couple of years ago, y'all. So, yeah, I may not, be able to recall like dates and stuff like that. But however, so it stayed on me because after I thought about what he had said to me, I felt hurt. I felt betrayed. I felt because he knew my past, having bad relationships with men and all this other stuff. So I felt betrayed. So I called.
And then she said that she was molested as well. But I'm trying to understand, how do you feel betrayed by another woman's
one of my homeboys, and I was telling him the conversation, what my pastor had said to me, and I was in tears, and I was like, so I can't go back. So when this happened, I stopped going to the church. I was like, I can't go back, right? So some time had passed. I don't know exactly how long the time was, but they had Dondre and the team had a concert coming up, and it was at this church called Seacoast, which is still in Myrtle Beach. It's the day of the concert. I get to the concert and I'm inside, I'm enjoying the concert that's happening. I ended up having to go back outside to my car to get something. As I'm coming back inside, Bishop's standing in the foyer, but he's standing to a group, talking to a group of people. And I think it was some of the members from our church or whatever. And so when he saw me walk in, he was like, he yelled across the room, like, such a Sharon, like that, right? And I was like, oh gosh. So he's approaching me as he's talking. So when he gets to me, he's like literally, because he is known for getting all up in your face. That's just what he does. He got all up in my face or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And so asking me where I had been and all. I was too coward, y'all, to tell him why I left. I did not tell him.
Okay, so she done left. She left the church. Sharon gone. I'm gone. Let me get my shit and go. Hit the road, Jack. So she's gone. But now her son, who sounded like he was still there probably, got this he a producer on something. She got to go to the concerts. We got to go to Seacoast. I don't go to the church no more. I got to go outside and get something. When I come in, girl, so
and I don't know if I was trying to protect his feelings. I don't know why, but I didn't tell him why I left. And so he was like, he said to me, do you think that I'm lying? Right. And I was like, he said, do you think that I'm playing with you? And I said, yeah. And he was like, well, I'm not. He was like, I'm still going to get that like that. Right. And I was like, well, yeah, okay. And so after that night is when I made the decision to be in a relationship with him. And so
girl, hold on, let me get this right. You left the church, saw him at the concert, he got in your face, said he's still gonna get that, and after you left the church and saw him at the concert, Now you in a relationship with the pastor? Oh, girl. Now, Sharon, I just don't understand how you go from good to worse. Girl, you went from leaving the church, getting away, going to the concert. You ain't been to the church no more. You ain't seen him in a minute. He stops you, whatever. And now you in a relationship with the pastor. I got to go potty. Hold on, y'all. Let me.
After that night, we started calling each other. We started texting. We were sexting, sending sex messages. I would send him videos. He would send me, a picture of himself. Just he would call me on FaceTime, like when he would leave his house to go pick up breakfast for his family. That's when he would call me. A few times I called him, but he was at home. But he was like, "No, you good." I could hear his family in the background, but we still be talking. He still be talking nasty to me, with his family right there. And so I would get from time to time, y'all, I would get convicted because I'm like, Lord, I know this is wrong. I know we should not be doing this. And every time I would say to him, Bishop, I can't do this. This is wrong. And especially the time, like if we're at church, he would literally, when I would say, Bishop, I can't do it, he would get up in my face like this. Oh, you telling me no? You telling me no? Like that, right? And so I would be like, oh, okay, like just like laugh it off or whatever. And so just like what Minister Keith.
So you knew it was wrong, big. Ooh, Sharon, girl, you a freak, girl. You old big nasty old freak. Watch out for Sharon coming to y'all church now, baby. If I knew you was a freak like that, girl, I'd be seeing you coming out. Watch out now, Sharon. Watch out now, Sharon. Watch out now. Sharon, girl, what? You see what I mean when they say they knew this was wrong? I knew it was wrong. And she admits it. Now, Sharon, I can fuck with Sharon. Sharon a freak. She gonna give you that neck. She gonna jump on that dick. She gonna leave you. And she might come back if you get in her face and say, I'ma still get that. But she gonna keep it real a little bit. Liz Sharon did come out at the end and say, I admit that I was a willing participant.
Keisha said, um, the service, we're standing up and I'm against the wall. I'm in the wall. And so he would come up to me. He would put his arms around me and literally his hands is resting on my behind. And I'm shocked because I'm like, first of all, we're in the sanctuary, but then second of all, there's people around. There's people standing around us, and you're here touching on my behind, right? But I didn't reject him. I didn't say no. I didn't move. I just stood there because I was frozen because I was in shock. You know what I mean? And so, and I'm telling you, I'm not pushing all the blame on him. I was a willing participant. I'm an adult. I made the decision to move forward, with this. So I take accountability for what I did. I take accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Before we get to mustard braids, let me. So, Sharon, what was the point of coming out? Like, this is how I honestly feel. And we're going to get to the last little bit. This is how I honestly feel. If me, Gerald, going to a church, messing with the pastor, female pastor, male pastor, messing with the pastor, right? And I know how they get down and I don't want to do it no more, I'm just going to leave. Like, I'm not about to come to the internet and say, hey, the pastor did this to me and did that to me, but I'm a willing participant. If I'm a willing participant, then I'm a willing participant. Now, the people who are saying they were manipulated and brainwashed, okay, y'all come on. All right, tell your story, baby. But Sharon,
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell I said. Well, everybody want to know, like, okay,
here go mustard braids. Here go, she put it out there, here go mustard braids and her husband them, okay? Here they go. Here go his hoe.
They keep saying about the spirit of discernment and all that stuff. When you already, so somebody is already talking to you and you already like them like that, and then you love them, and they're like the pastor, you're gonna like fully trust in them and believe in everything they're saying, because those type people have a way with their words, like they're smooth talkers. So I was already attached to him before I even came to
How is y'all attached to a man? How are you attached to another married man and you married, girl? God don't bless no mess, and he's sure not about to hook up somebody that's already hooked up. You know what? I just cannot with these.
church. Like he invited me to his church, and he told me to bring my family because he was already talking to me on the outside. So as far as join the church, like he was like, come to church and bring your family. Like he hadn't.
Now, here go the fool, always been a fool, always played the fool. She played him for a fool. He was on the road being a fool. Your wife done gave some coochie to a whole nother man, and you still in the back trying to whisper in her ear to get her story together. She told you what it was, nigga. They was already talking before she came to the church. Because I'm trying to understand, if the husband is out here saying that we went on Google and we looked for the church and we found the church and we came to the church, then how is all this other stuff going on before you get to it? It just sounds like she already know about the church. Like her husband's just throwing stuff out there to try to distract the people.
I hadn't really said anything sexual yet.
Wait, let me go back.
But he
Hold on, let me go back.
sexual outside. So as far as join the church, like he was like, come to, and he told me to bring my family. Have a way with their words, like they're smooth talkers. So I was already attached to him before I even came to church. Like he invited me to his.
So at that point, she should have turned around and told her husband, hey, babe, I met him at the sugar shack. I met him at the hole in the wall. Because the husband is trying to get her to say he invited y'all to the church after you went on Google and stuff like that. See, she's saying that she already met him and knew him and already had some feelings for him, because there ain't no way you just look online on Google, find a church, and then you already got feelings for the pastor before you get there and you just found the church.
His church. And he told me to bring my family because he was already talking to me on the outside. So
he was already
join the church. Like he was like, come to church and bring your family. Like he hadn't really said anything sexual yet. But he was just talking to me, so he told me to come, so I came. So anyways, I have like, people with, well, how did it happen? Well, it happens because I liked him. I found him attractive, and then you find somebody attractive, you sleep with him. So that's what happened. In a nutshell, that's what the fuck happened. We fucked.
That's what hoes do. That's what hoes do. You look at somebody, you find them attractive, and you fuck them. Baby, let me tell you something. You shouldn't be giving up your coochie unless you're gonna be with somebody, or you got a set agreement, bitch. We friends with benefits. We ain't finna just be out. You can't be just out here giving your private parts to people. That's spiritual, girl. You can't just, there's soul ties attached to that. That's why you out here exposing the pastor, because you had soul ties attached to it. You should have turned around in this live and told your husband where you met the pastor at before he tried to whisper in your ear. And we heard him whisper. We heard the whisper. You should have told him, babe, it wasn't no looking online. I already met him down at the sugar shack. Go ahead, Mustard Braids.
So, and everybody thought his wife found out 2 days ago. No, she didn't. She been new because I told her. Me and my husband went to the church one Sunday morning while Bishop Joyner was preaching. And people in his church, if they're up there, they will remember this Sunday. We called her down off the pulpit. I went to the pulpit to get her off the pulpit, and Maria Campbell tried to stop me. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my way, because her little armor bearer, they try to not let you get to the first lady. I ain't give a fuck about that. I was like, I'm coming to get the first lady off the pulpit. So anyways.
So you want to go get the first lady after you done roll her husband dick, after you done fucked her husband, after you done gave. I mean, you want to go you want to go in service and interrupt service with your drama after you done slept with this woman's husband. You done have all these type of stuff going on with this woman's husband. Now you want to talk to the first lady. When are you going to turn around and tell your husband that you met this pastor other than Google how he trying to put it out there? You still got to turn around and tell your husband, April Bay, no, you got the facts twisted. You was on the road in Tennessee. We had already been fucking. She already been fucking on you, Charles. And Charles, if you don't leave now, she gonna have your ass over there. I'm telling you, Charles, she gonna have your ass over there like Charles in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Your ass gonna be paralyzed, and her ass gonna be Helen, and she gonna be over there just throwing your plate across the table, making you eat, knowing your ass can't eat. You better run for the hills now before she jump on another dick. I'm just saying.
I went in there. I went and got her off the pulpit, went in her office while her husband was out there preaching. And then that's when me and my husband told her that me and him had something going on. And so she was like, well, she kind of felt something was going on, but she just didn't have proof. Then she had her daughter Dorielle in the room with us. And I told Dorielle to get out. I was like, I don't want her to like be in here. Her Bishop Joyner sitting Dorielle in the office with us to hear what was said, talking about like, oh, like they need a witness or something. The fuck you need a witness for? Or and then when we finish talking, everybody is standing outside of the door, like for protection. What y'all protecting? Because my husband would beat all y'all motherfucking ass that day. So what the fuck were y'all protecting? But anyways, all the kids and Donovan and Dondre was standing outside the door. So anyways, let me tell y'all what the cover-up was. The cover-up was she don't want her children to know. She didn't want Dondre to know. She didn't want the church family to know, and she didn't want her real family to know. So the cover-up was April left the church because she went to travel with her husband. That's the story that she said she was going to give. That's the story that I agreed to go
So out of all the members in the church, everybody worried about April not being there. Okay.
along with. I'm getting to the point why I exposed it. So when the people were saying, well, why are you on the picture with her? I'm on the picture with her because it's a cover-up. I'm covering a lie for them still because she didn't want this to come to the forefront of the church.
She didn't.
Huh? No. So I went along with the lie. She know why I was leaving the church because I slept with her husband. So I was like, okay, I'm finna bounce.
She begged us not to say nothing.
Yeah, she was like, both of them was, both her and her husband was like, we gotta protect the church. It was just all about the church. So I went for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? These people really don't care about me. They just don't want me to tell. They just don't want me to tell. So we was going to breakfast and stuff and keeping it going and talking and for it to look like nothing happened. So she stayed in communication with me like this whole time. And so then she finally wound up telling Dorielle. And so Dorielle called me and she was like, oh, thank you so much for taking the higher route. Thank you for not exposing my dad. So everything was cool.
Oh, Lord.
Everything was cool while I didn't say anything.
Who said that?
But as soon as I spoke out about it, now everybody want to block me. But y'all was pretending that y'all, everything was going to be cool if you just be quiet, April, and don't say nothing. And so they did little small stuff to keep me feeling like everything was okay. Like hearting my pictures on Facebook and stuff, texting me Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Birthday, stuff like that. Keep me like calm and, like that. So I did that for a little while. So, but 2 weeks ago,
Wait, somebody said this not her first time doing that in church. She did it at Stephen's church also till they wives ran her ass up out of there. That reminded me of that church over there down there in Wilmington where the praise and worship leader was sleeping with the pastor and all up in the pictures with the pastor's wife and everything, child. And they said that she had got ran from another church because she was sleeping with everybody at that church. Y'all just don't know how to... y'all? What is wrong with y'all sex demons? Y'all need to be delivered.
I knew I was going to expose him. I had already typed this up. 2 weeks ago, I called her and told her, listen, I'm gonna go about it my way because I ain't really feeling it. Like it's still on my chest. I feel like y'all playing with me and y'all just want me to be quiet. And she's like, no, it's not that. I understand what you're saying, but it's not that. She's like, just come talk to us one more time. Just come talk to us one more time. Which by one more time would be when I go to South Carolina in 2 weeks. And I was like, no, I don't really
Like
think I'm gonna
Lamar.
talk to you. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you on this phone and make you think that I'm gonna come talk to you. And she was like, it'll be better this time. I'm gonna bring my husband. I was looking for him to say sorry. I was looking for him to say, like, really tell her the truth about what happened. Because even after I told her the truth, he still lied to her. He still didn't really tell her.
I don't know if that nigga sit back. I don't know if her husband sit back there looking like motherfucking Fred Sanford, Lamont, or motherfucking Grady, nigga. Which one you look like? That nigga back there, he like, don't nobody else want me. She the only one that want me.
The real hardcore truth, like how I told my husband. He curved it a little bit and leave some stuff out, trying to, I guess, lessen his punishment. So she was like, I'm gonna bring my husband with me. We gonna talk. We gonna get it all off the table. Trying to make me say trying to make me feel like I would feel better about it. But this is why I didn't do it. I was like, no, I'm doing my way. I'm gonna get off my chest my way. So I warned her so that she wouldn't be caught off guard. I was like, no, I'm gonna expose your husband on Facebook. And while I expose him, I'm gonna expose myself. And that's what happened. Because me and my husband both came to them and they just wanted to sweep it up underneath the rug because of the image of the church. Like they have an image in their church. Their church thinks they call them the dynamic duo. Ain't a fuck thing dynamic duo about them.
Yeah, because it's hoes like you coming into church trying to sleep with the pastor instead of, like I said, lifting up the pastor, praying for the pastor, just like with Bishop Eddie Long. All those people in Eddie Long church knew he loved men, knew he was buying them men, all them cars, doing all that stuff he was doing, but then nobody had the discernment. Then everybody got a discernment when they got a mic in their hand. Everybody preaching and everybody hooping and hollering. But the moment it's time to cast out a demon, because the demon crawling around the floor like a snake, and talking, y'all out here jumping around and running to the back outside the door, trying to get in the car to go home. No. For God you will live and for God you will die. Y'all elders in the church, y'all need to start picking up these spirits that your pastor is carrying so that you can lift your pastor up and get your pastor help. I wish a motherfucker would come into church try to sleep with my pastor. We gonna run your ass up out of there.
They got more problems than fucking regular people that ain't pastors or preachers. And hold on, let me tell y'all this shit right here. Let me tell y'all this right here. Hey, hold on, you can talk. Let me tell y'all this shit right here. This Bishop Joyner made everybody in the church a minister. He gave everybody their elder collar, and he skipped me. I was the only one in the church that didn't get a collar, but it was cool because I ain't give a fuck because I ain't nothing Christian about me anyways. So
exactly, Muster Braids. Exactly, girl, you is not saved. You is not saved at all. And it's so sad because when you get baptized, your private parts is in the water more than your head is, girl. And that's the thing that's acting up. You know what? But you think it with your mind. Let your mind be in Christ, which is also in Christ Jesus, girl. Let the Lord create in you a clean heart and renew the right spirit within you, hoes.
But I was just like, okay, he didn't give me a collar because he knew that he had dealings with me. Yet you still kept your collar. If you can still mount the pulpit and keep your collar, surely you could have gave me a collar. You gave the rest of the congregation a collar, and they ain't worth a damn.
Girl, do you want the
No.
collar or do you want the diggly? Which one do you want? Because you didn't want no collar. You didn't go there acting like you wanted a collar. Because if you went there like you wanted a collar, you would have came to the church, you would have fell on your knees, and you would have repented and asked God to forgive you for cheating on your husband. You damn right. I'm not about to be paying you giving you no dick and giving you a collar. No, that's a conflict of interest. You gonna be my side piece. You gonna be my hoe. You gonna come to the church. You gonna sit on the front row. You gonna sit on the back row. You gonna be quiet. I'm gonna pay them bills. I'm gonna do what I need to do while that nigga gone. And you know what? Why do y'all come out and tell y'all business? Y'all be having all the money, all the cars, all the clothes, all the shoes. The pastors be taking good care of y'all, and y'all still come out there. Girl, when you got a good thing going, why you gonna mess it up? But you know what? Oh, that's South Carolina. Do South Carolina have an alienation of affection law? Because I know North Carolina do. If y'all was in North Carolina, the first lady could have came for all three of y'all. She can sue all three of y'all. I don't know how it is in South Carolina. But girl, you did not want no damn collar. You didn't even want a tab. You wanted the pastor. You didn't want the collar to choke you, girl. Because do you know what the collar means? You got to be reminded. The ocean. That collar's supposed to remind you. You didn't want no collar, girl. You didn't want no collar around that neck. You want to be able to do your job or with the collar around your neck. Because you said he was playing with it in the vestibule, playing with it in the office, got a bed back there. He was playing with it, girl. You would have had makeup all over your collar on first Sunday.
You gave he gave me a collar, and I'm real. I love God.
Yeah, if everybody else in there can have a collar, surely the fuck I can. But it ain't even about that. Like your praise and worship leaders, they eating each other pussies. Your musicians, he told me. I know all the church business because he used to talk to me. Your musicians jack their dick to porn every fucking night. He told me his musicians jack their dick to my pictures on Facebook.
Girl, stop lying, girl. Ain't nobody. They probably do. Because they say you do look like a scarecrow in a cornfield, bitch, in person. So they might have got on Facebook and you know. They might be passing your picture book around in the jail, girl. Or is your husband passing the picture book around? Because that's what it seems like. He should be giving some up to them traveling nurses to let them flip-flop through them pictures, girl, since you giving it to the pastor. You gonna give it some to the pastor, not even your husband's best friend.
They would have conversations with the bishop, and they would go to the bishop and be like, "Man, bishop, I don't know how you do that. How you pastor this beautiful lady in your church?" And he played it off. He was not really pastoring me like how they thought. I went along with everything he told me because he told me, just follow my lead, everything's gonna be okay. He's like, I got you. And then he was like, God wants you here. He's like, God wants you here. And why would you leave this ministry? Like, where would you go? Like, you enjoy church. And I did enjoy church. Like, I enjoyed, like, praise and worship was my favorite part of the church. Like, just the music itself. Like, they have a nice ass band. That's what I enjoyed about church. But I did try to quit, like, a lot of times. But I just kept going back. And then I finally just quit and moved away.
Okay, at first I was tight. I was ready to go to church and put him to sleep. Send him to the upper room, and that's facts.
See, how are you gonna send the pastor to the upper room when it is your wife that was sleeping with the pastor? Now, I'm not saying you hit your wife because I don't believe in domestic violence. Like, you know, I don't believe in that. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to understand why when y'all spouses and y'all boyfriends and girlfriends do shit, y'all want to go off on the person that they done got caught dealing with and you not knowing what your person told them. Because some of these people be like, I'm not married. They be talking to other people and they don't be married. They be married, but they be saying, I'm not married. And then the other person is thinking that you really not married, but you really married. I'm just trying to understand why you want to go kill the pastor and your wife was the one that was jumping on the dick.
My wife will tell you, I walked in that. Finish her. Right. But I took the higher road. But the reason it hurt me so bad was not because, she slept with him. It was that the way that he used to treat me.
What? Hold on now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I knew you wasn't no real nigga. I knew you was just a fool. I knew you was just a fool and you was just a clown. I just knew you was just a fool. Did this man say it wasn't that that they had sex, that he had sex with his wife, but how he treated you? What? No. What real nigga come up here on the internet, the World Wide Web, and say, I ain't mad at the nigga because he fucked my wife? I'm mad at the nigga because he was about to give me some.
When I first came to the church, my wife asked me, she said, babe, I found a church that we can go to, because I was never a church person. I was never one to feel comfortable in church and nothing like that. And I always used to tell my wife that these men, they're just flesh and blood. They just men. They're not above nobody else. They ain't no better than me. And I used to always tell her that. So when I first went to the church, we got along good. I met his family, his sons, and all of that and everything. So he used to always call me or whatever. Then he talked me into getting baptized in his church. Then he married us in his church. And he used to give me marital counseling. He used to give me he used to call me all the time, like, how you doing, brother? You fine? You good? I love you, everything, like throwing me off or whatever. And there's so many testimonies out there that people are calling us and texting us, giving about the same thing, how he slept with their wives. A lot of people have lost their spouses because they couldn't deal with it. Me personally, I can deal with it. My wife always let me know she's never going to leave home, because me personally, I'm a good dude. I used to do everything. And this is nothing new. It wasn't happening for 8 straight years, nothing like that. This happened. It started in 2017, I believe it was, when we first got there. And they just made me feel so comfortable. All the members, the congregation, they used to make me feel so comfortable. They included us. We used to follow them to all the different churches that they used to go and preach at and everything. And it was like I let my guard down, put it like that. So anybody that knows me, they know that sometimes I feel things. And 90% of the time when I feel something, it turns out to be true. So I felt something. And that's how I found out. I went through the phone, I saw the messages, and I asked her. And at first, she denied it. But then after a while, she couldn't deny it. So I called.
I can't believe this clown nigga got his face up here. You sort of be talking under a mask, bruh. We don't even supposed to be seeing who you is, Charles, Chuck, whatever your damn name is. Why you ain't got a sheet over your motherfucking head? Because I just know the real niggas is slut. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You could take the chino. Go ahead.
Or the pastor. And he apologized. And when he apologized, he was like, well, we need to meet up. Let's meet up and go out for dinner and let's talk about this. I wasn't meeting up with nobody, because if I'd have met up with him, it would have been something different, because we outside. Sure. Yeah, it'd have been something totally different. So it took years for me to fully get over it. And I knew that I had to get over it in order to go on with my life. And my biggest thing is I love my wife very much. And I love my kids very much. You. So I knew if I did anything that all that would be taken from them. I have a grandbaby now and everything like that. So, I have too much to lose messing around with the foolishness. And like I said, he's done this to so many women, and so many men have come forward. Men came forward with their testimonies to my wife since that post 3 days ago, but they're afraid to say something. But my thing to everybody is,
and you one of them men, so tell us how he treated you for real, for real. Don't be coming up here giving us no fake story, because what you just saying men came forward to your wife, you tell us how he really treated you. Don't come up here and let us know what the real tea is, because you sat up here and said you're not even mad at him for him fucking your wife. You mad at him because of how he treated you and turned around and fucked your wife. And from what you're saying, doesn't seem like I would be mad at him for how you explaining all of that stuff. I would be mad for fucking my wife. You making it seem like that y'all got a love story that we ain't heard about yet, or you know. And now you bringing up other men that may have had something going on. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us what he really did to you? How was it really with you? Like, because
You've been hurt, or if you've been molested or abused, speak out. That's the only way you're gonna get over it. You got to get it off your chest, or it's gonna eat at you like cancer. You can't hold that secret forever. His congregation turns a blind eye because honestly, he got them brainwashed. Because she sat there and she told me the truth. She apologized. She told me the truth. You know, I haven't had any problems since then, and it was just that how much that I was willing to take, that I could stand. Because I grew up in New York, and I know when I was younger, I did a lot of promiscuous things. So I understand how a person can stray from whoever they're dealing with because, you know, it's like karma comes around. I've had dinners with men's wives in the past when I was up in New York. You know, I've done things too. So I know that mistakes should be made. And she's not above making a mistake. She made a mistake. She confessed to it. You know, we cried together. We talked about it. We prayed about it, and we got over it. And it's been nothing but sweet ever since. And I support anything that she does. She came to me before she even made that post. And she asked me, would you be okay with this? And I explained to her the backlash that she was going to get. And now here we are.
you should have came up there like that with a towel over your head, nigga. That's what you should have came over that motherfucker like this. I'm not mad at him because he cheated on my wife or he fucked my wife. I'm mad because how he treated me. I just feel like everybody should. Everybody done heard all the sides. Y'all done heard her tell her story. You done heard the victim side from Josh, but I wanted the people to see it from my side because I feel like I support everybody that know my platform. I have been doing this for more than a decade. Okay? I've seen real victims. I've spoken to them. I've done their stories, and they know every time I'm going to come to them. If you are in a church and a pastor is dealing with you and coming on to you and you trying to leave and you can't reach out to me, I'll help you, baby. Trust and believe I will help you. Trust and believe the whole church will know what the pastor is doing by Sunday morning. Everybody is finna be at Divine tomorrow, baby. I should have came, baby. I need to go up at Divine Deliverance Center tomorrow with me a motherfucking mask made. I need to go up in that motherfucker as a whole nother person. God damn it. Let me come up in there and see, because I know tomorrow the church finna be packed like Easter Sunday. You know you don't see everybody till Easter Sunday. Okay, let me get Phyllis on the line. Phyllis, are you still here, beautiful? Where's Phyllis at? Is Miss Phyllis still in here? I can't believe. Miss Phyllis, can you go out of this live? And if you go to my page, this same page, and click the message button, send me your number because I saw this live and you ate April ass up. And you know, and you is where I found her real name at. You know, so other people was telling me her real name was April, but they didn't tell me the last name. And I think you said Fox, whatever, but they said, somebody said, oh my gosh, I got the T. You got to call me, but cannot say my name. Okay, I'm going to call you after Phyllis. Is Phyllis in here? What Phyllis said? I got to hear from Miss Phyllis. Let me see. Where'd she go? Tell her to message the page. Is it Phyllis? Phyllis, Miss P. You want to come up here? Okay, let me open up the lines. Here, I'm going to open up the lines. Hold on. Oh, after my live. Okay, after my live. Okay. Hold on. I want to open up the line real quick and I want to give some people an opportunity to call in if you want to call in. If not, they say April's real name is Sunshine. Okay, let me see. Um, hold on, y'all. Let me switch this over. Y'all know how this shit go. Okay, so hold on, y'all. Let me see, because I know some people want to call in. Well, I don't really open up the lines like I used to, but let me see. If anybody want to call in, I'm gonna put the number up here. The number is 919-307-9002. If anybody want to call in and you have a comment about this story, I'm gonna give y'all like 5 minutes to call in. Let me just make sure I got everything open. Okay, the number is 919-307-9002. If y'all don't want to call in, they say you need to repent. Y'all need to repent, get delivered from all y'all sins and move closer to God. They do need to repent and get closer to the Lord. I just feel like that, like I said, I feel like that it is very disrespectful to go to a ministry, to visit a church, decide to join the church, know that a pastor is married, and despite his advances, you see men out there, they say they won't let you in. No, 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 no. Send me your number. Go outside of my page, like leave this live and message this page, and you can send the number or text that number right there, 919-307-9002, and I'll send you the link and let you either come up or you can call in. But anyways, how long this movie? Let me grab my charger. Oh shit, we've been up here 2 hours and 21. Oh god damn, man, I got to go. Damn. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10:16. Okay, so anyway. The North Carolina Beat, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hello, the North Carolina Beat, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hello?
Georgia.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, go ahead. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm still watching the live too.
Yeah, turn your
But
TV down a little bit and just listen to me over the phone so
oh,
we can just keep up.
okay, let me turn it down.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna go
fine.
into another room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
All right, so where do I start?
Oh, wherever you want to start, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So okay, it's a delay.
Yeah, just listen to
But
me over the
okay.
phone. Don't listen to the TV.
Yes, all right, I apologize.
No, you're fine.
So my thing, first of all, I want to say you are an awesome blogger, vlogger, whichever way you want to, put yourself. Um, And I just want to say that you are 100% correct. None of these victims are taking accountability for what they have done. And yes, at the same time, the pastor is wrong, but they are as wrong. There's no big I's and little U's, or there's no big lie or no wrong lie.
Right, right.
So what you were saying was all 100% right, and they just need to take accountability. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
All righty, bye-bye.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna let a couple more call in 919-307-9002. I know Sharon really took accountability, it was a lot more that she said, but I was not going to play it because, I'm just not trying to go into the defamatory realm of that type of stuff. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me call Phyllis. Oh, hold on. I got you, Phyllis. Let me take this call. I'm sorry. The North Carolina Beat,
Hey,
where you calling from?
hey, this Miami.
Hey, Miami.
So hey, I was up here last time,
What's up?
but I'm back, y'all. Hey, so this is why I don't understand. Why she up there? Because I saw the live, you know what I'm saying? I be in the bushes. So, the grouch was over there. Her husband was acting, I could tell you what you were saying. I said myself, everything you saying tonight, friend,
Mm-hmm.
You hit the nail on the coffin. But, homegirl was Raggedy Ann was popping that pussy for Pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And a hoe need a hoe friend. Your man, you get what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it about. You know how I am, Miami always speak for itself. She been popping that pussy. Cause truck driver don't make a lot of money like talking about. So
He's supposed
they
to be a
gotta go through
traveling nurse.
miles.
A traveling nurse.
She traveling pussy.
He
She
fucking up the
traveling
needles and people
pussy.
on. He fucking up the needles.
Wallowing.
Go ahead.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And Fred, like, she's not a good hoe. And she's not a good liar. In the bushes, one of them ladies was like, she blocked her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So why you blocking a couple people that know you?
That's what they
Go
do.
ahead and, and so my whole thing is, why you looking like a Raggedy Ann with a fucked up brows? Like, what kind of story you gonna tell this time? Leave the pastor alone, because it seems like the truck driver got small tendencies, and pastor out here giving more than communion. You understand what I'm saying? It seems to me the pastor was so doing a good Bible study, because ain't no way where you gonna keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a good reading.
Well, let me ask you, friend.
Unless you receive it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why you think April cheated on her husband with the pastor? Like, I'm trying to understand. Now, I heard that
So she got some good dick.
So that's the only thing?
Dick,
Is that the only thing?
That they got good mouth. They speaking in tongues. You know what I'm saying? They do homiletics.
Oh.
So my thing is, they good behind the pulpit and the pussy. So they do a lot of strategizing. You know what I'm saying? Hook reel them in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she was getting extra studies. You know what I'm saying? Remember the movie Starting Speaking? She ain't trying to lead it. Yeah, he giving that strong neck.
Mm-hmm.
She giving it to him, because if you kept coming back talking about some courage collar, girl, you did more than courage collar. So that's why your jewels and your joints in the shirt.
She wanted them kinky. You wanted the collar tab so y'all could keep doing it. So you mad about the collar? Is that why you coming out?
She wanna be choked. She wanna be choked. You hear what I'm saying? She want to be. He want to tear that ass up, because if the truck driver was doing all them drop-offs, he would have dropped some dick on her. But evidently, the dick, it ain't good, because she over there trying to pass me not. Okay?
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? Stilettos, pumps in the club. Yeah? That's what she was doing up in there.
I cannot with
you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I cannot.
I'm just saying, she's sliding the pennies to the side, not sliding the communion plate or the offering plate. I'm just saying.
Ooh, y'all.
You know me.
Dangerous. Y'all is dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? She know what she doing. She knew what she was doing when she looked toe up on that live with them fucked up braids and that fucked up brows.
She
now that's too fucking hard. Your nigga in your ear
was looking better than she was looking. Did you see the wine? The wine is sitting in the glass, looking cute, fine, good.
Yes.
She's sitting up there looking like a
red
parking lot.
She knew what she was doing. Talking about going on telling an interview with some bullshit ass interview. Cut that shit out.
We do not want to catch you at the Home Depot, girl, trying to find one of them Mexican girls to keep them over
here.
No,
and the wife the first lady looked very nice. But it's always these pastors fucking with these ugly bitches. Y'all got good wives. Like, why leave a woman that can swallow, but you want a woman out here be in the streets every time?
Baby, the first
and you a traveling nurse. You know she a CNA. Don't believe that.
The first lady is.
You know CNAs say traveling nurses, right? You know that, right, friend?
Mm-hmm.
You know traveling nurses, they be talking about, oh, I'm a traveling nurse. You a CNA bitch because you ain't never graduated nowhere. She look like the type. She just be lifting up elderly people. She be getting she ain't got enough training.
She ain't got enough training, friend.
You know she ain't got enough training, not in that mouth game, because if you got to go on live and talk about a pastor, you crazy.
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing wrong with talking about the pastor, but I just feel like that when you go to church and you see that your pastor or the pastor of the church that you go and have is married, leave them alone. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly, but she's an attention whore.
Hold on. The Bible talks about the enemy coming in quickly to kill, steal, destroy. He comes in. You got to resist the devil, and Michael Joyner will flee. Resist him, and he will flee. You got to rebuke that devil.
But you know there was two whores in the Bible, the woman of the well, yeah, and you had Delilah. Come on now.
But
And the other one was stoned.
But I'm just saying, these hoes ain't none of them though. These some new time these hoes right here. I don't got no respect for these hoes.
These hoes
They be
raggedy
online
and
fucking on X and
looking,
all day. I don't got
Build a
no
Bear.
respect for no porn hoe. I'm sorry.
Friend, let me tell you, friend, these hoes look like Build a Bear whores with a Groupon and fucked up heels from City Trends, trying to say they got some Jimmy Choos on. They need to stop fucking lying on these pastors.
Lord have mercy.
Because guess what? Look, pastor is digging it down, down.
I'm weak. Thank you so much for calling.
He give it. You welcome. Y'all go ahead and give my mans and my friends some money. Don't hit the thing.
Look, I ain't like jive.
You know I gotta tell it.
Let me get $500.
You know I gotta tell it, dude. Y'all pass the offering plate.
No.
But like I said, all hoes ain't for saving.
Thank
and
you.
I'm out.
She said I'm out. Peace. I love my callers. Y'all know I ain't finna hang up on my people. Especially if they gagging and talking right. Okay, let's see. Last call.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Hello, this is Gerald.
Hello.
Hey, is this Phyllis?
This is her. My voice is gone.
Baby, ooh, Phyllis, let me tell you. Now, you from South Carolina?
Horry County, Conway.
Horry County, Conway. Okay, so you up in that
Okay,
area.
yeah.
So I saw a video of a guy on a live, and I think April was up there, but she was running. She was trying to run and get up out of there fast as hell when he was talking about bringing you up there on the line. So what's going on with her? What you know about her? Is she a truthful whore or what she do?
She a seasoned whore.
So how you know her?
She grew up with my kids. I'm from her neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm around her mama age.
Okay. So what you
I know
about
her
this
well.
story?
It didn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't surprise me at all with April. Nothing surprised me with April.
Mm-hmm.
April pussy got a heartbeat.
It's got a heartbeat.
April pussy got a heartbeat of its own.
So, is this her first time like stepping out on her husband with the pastor, or like she been doing this for like not with just him, but with
that's her pattern. I don't know her husband, but I know he's a fool.
Yeah, he is definitely a fool.
The only collar April needs is a dog collar. Yeah. That's the closest I give her.
Wait, so you said she don't need the eldest collar, she need a dog collar to put her.
She need a dog collar. That's the only collar she needs, a dog collar.
So you think she need a shot collar?
Yeah, that's what she needs.
Yeah, she need a shot collar.
Ain't nothing saved about April. Her pussy ain't even delivered.
Damn, sis, what you know about her coochie?
She ain't no damn good. She just ran through.
She ran through. Miss April said she is ran through.
She ran through like them braids. She ran through.
You know the mustard braids. I'm so tired of. She went to the hair salon and told them, I need some deep color, mustard color to put in my goddamn hair. So she went in there and they done drowned her head with some mustard. And she coming out that bitch, she on Jive's lives looking crazy as hell with her crazy ass.
She looked a damn fool. Her and that guy, all of them looked crazy up there.
Yeah, they look a fool. I'm just so shocked that he's sitting up there. I forgave her. She apologized. At first, she wasn't real, but I went through the phone. I texted him with him, and he told me what it was, and I'm hurt because how he treated me. I'm not even mad that he fucked up.
He's not even mad that his wife ran her pussy to the church. April pussy say, "Take me through there, take me through there,"
and didn't even run down there to get it saved.
Yeah, Then she even said she didn't go there to get saved. She wasn't no Christian and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I can't even believe all the people that support April. Like, are y'all fucking retarded?
I don't see nobody supporting her but Jobs.
Like, I just, April is a whore.
Let me tell you something.
That's what I know about April. She's a whore. She's beautiful now. I ain't gonna take that from her. She's pretty, but she's a pretty damn hoe. She's a pretty damn hoe.
She a pretty hoe.
She's a pretty hoe.
So what's she doing? Know, like, what's she linked up with some janky ass nigga like this dude though? What's she find this nigga at?
She was missing a father figure. He's old enough to be her father. That's all she wants.
How old is he? Okay, how old is she?
April like 34.
April
like
35
now.
And how old is her husband?
34. He's my husband age 59.
What?
Yes.
So he
got low self-esteem, as you can see.
Yeah, it's gonna take him.
Can you hear me? Hear my voice? Can you hear me? My voice gone.
Yeah, no, you good. It's gonna take him to he gonna stay with April because it's gonna take him 20 years to try to get to know somebody else because so many women gonna be like, oh hell no, you look like motherfucking Grady from Sanford and Son, and they gonna be running away from him. So he might as well stay with April ass.
You hear he said she promised that she'll never leave him when they talk. He said she'll never leave him.
Wait, who is this? Somebody sent me a message. Let me see. Who is this?
What they say?
Somebody told me to ask Phyllis why she got mad. What?
Oh, she was talking.
I saw her talking shit about your husband.
Because that bitch, let me tell you, because I'm just real like that.
Go ahead.
My husband was struggling with addiction a couple of years back.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was struggling with, that's all people could have said about him. That when they got mad with me, somebody told April to go say something about my husband's drug addiction.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, your grandma still smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandma still smoking. So she tried to humiliate me through my husband, but you couldn't embarrass me about something that I already own. My husband already own. My husband don't live in drugs no more.
Yeah, he's been delivered.
He don't. So you can't embarrass me about that.
Mm.
But that will piss me off talking about my husband because I will take you through there about my fucking husband.
Yeah.
I don't even play about my damn husband. Yeah. Charles play with April, but I don't feel as ain't playing
exactly.
About
she can't talk about nobody husband. She need to talk about that nigga, that fool that she got over there. He a fool. She know he a fool. She know he a fool. She was sitting over there. She couldn't even lift her head up and look in the camera while her husband was talking. She has no respect.
They was trolling the comments. They was trolling the comments together on the bed.
Yeah, she don't have no respect for that nigga. That nigga is so dumb and stupid. You think I'm gonna be sitting on a live in front of the world? I'm not even gonna say in front of the world, but you think I'm gonna be sitting on a live with my full face and my wife that came up on the internet and said she been fucking on me with her pastor? Hell
and
no.
She also said she was in love with him. She also said she was in love with that guy.
She in love with him because no matter what she do, he's gonna stay there.
No, the bishop. She's in love with the bishop.
Oh, she in love with the bishop. She's still in
That's
love with the bishop.
Said in front of Charles. I don't know. She gotta be. I think she's just mad about the collar situation. The collar. That's why it seems like she's mad about the collar. Yeah. Then on top of that, and on top of finding out about the collars, April was finding out that he had other women that he was satisfying at the church. Here comes she found out about Sharon and all these other women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all of them just sex addicts.
Wow. That is so crazy. Well, I appreciate you for calling in just a little bit to tell us what you did. And thank you so much for joining tonight. I might have a part 2 because if any bitch get online and mention my name, make sure y'all send it to me. Don't tag me. Make sure you send it to me because I don't be getting the tag. Send it to me so I can address them appropriately. And I'm definitely coming back to this scammer right here. I'm going to reach out to the Nevada Police Department so that I can get an update on this warrant. According to court records that I pulled tonight, there is a warrant out for this sick patient right here, arrest for DUI Okay. That's the main charge. DUI, driving under the influence. Okay. These are people, we have young kids out here this summer that's going to be on the roads, driving for the first time. They just got their driver's license. And we do not need people out here on the street like this sick patient right here on our streets, drinking and driving, putting people's lives at risk. And I don't know why he thought that he was just going to get away and run away. You about to go to jail, my nigga. You going
That's
to
crazy.
jail. We're going to be sitting up here talking about your mugshot. Thank you so much, Phyllis, for calling.
Okay, my voice going. I got to go.
No,
I'm
you good,
sorry.
baby. Thanks. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello?
I'm calling from. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm calling from South Carolina,
Hi.
and my name is Paulette, and I was watching it live, but I called, and I know that my sister April is going to hate to see me
Your sister who?
talking because she is already April. Her name is April, not April. I don't know why I keep calling her that.
Well,
Her name is
I know her
April.
real name now, but we just calling her because that's what she went by on Facebook, and that's the name that
Yeah,
she published the statement on. Go ahead.
right. And I know she's going to hate this because she's already said she don't need nobody defending her, taking up for her. She don't want nobody to speak, trying to defend her. And now that's not what I'm trying to do. But when I'm reading the comments, and I see and I hear what people are saying about her. Granted, I get it. It's all wrong on every aspect of level. It is wrong. My sister would tell you that I have had conversations with her. But I want to just take this moment of time just to say that I think I'm not sure if everybody are believers, because this could be very funny, right? This could be very funny. But what saddens me the most is that we're using this time to make it and I even spoke to my sister about this. We're using this time to make it a gossip thing. But actually, those who are believers, this is really sad in all parts. This is really, really sad. And I think we as a body of Christ, we should be praying. This is really serious. Not only to know and hear about, how they even met. That's sad, right? And how he, coerced into doing things, but even what she agreed to do. This is all sad. On every level. I'm not taking off my sister because I'm not like that. This is all sad on every level. And we've taken it as a joke. But no, this is really serious. Like the body of Christ is really in trouble. And we really should be praying and turning down our plates and going before the Lord and asking God to help us. Help us in this area. And when April told me she was going to do it, I said exposure needs to hit his house, because not only she'll be exposing them, but she's exposing herself. That God should not be mocked. You know what I mean? The house of the Lord should not be mocked. This is not a game. This is not something the Lord's name should not be in vain like this, and how we're playing and talking about it and we're using it for clickbaits and all of this. This is not how it's supposed to be. So I'm challenging everybody, and she's my sister. We have the same dad. We have the same dad. We have the same dad. But instead of calling maybe y'all don't know what my sister been through. Y'all have no idea who she is.
What's she been
other
through?
than the headlines. And she's been through a lot, but that's her story to tell.
But this is the thing.
Right?
You're getting mad. You're getting upset. You're getting
no.
No, you know that. This is my show.
Listen.
You're getting upset because she posted something on Facebook. She already knew the backlash. She already knew people is going to be giving their commentary. Everything is not going to go good for her. Everything is not going to be sweet and gravy when you're coming out here to the public, actually, telling us that you've been sleeping with a pastor and you're married. You can't. I mean, nobody's gonna go pray. That's shocking for us. We got to call people and talk about this. We can't just go to prayer. We got to. We just.
No. And I'm with you on that, right? It is interesting to talk about. It's an interesting subject to talk about, how this pastor, this bishop, the man who's over several different churches, right? How this man is over flock, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's responsible, and we can say, well, I heard somebody say that, if her side is no bigger than his side, but according to scripture, right, he will be held to a different standard. But that does not take away from my sister and her behavior either, right? And what she have caused in her, with her marriage and what she have done in her marriage, right? So, we should. That's the thing I'm trying to say. We doing what we're not supposed to do, right? You saying, well, when we got this juicy news, should we pray? Yes, the church is in trouble. We got praise and worship leaders who's having sex with little boys and allegedly touching little boys. We should be praying. We should be. And then you probably, I know somebody, I'm not reading comments, but I just know people, they probably saying, well, why you not praying? I am. But when I don't even know how I even got, I guess because my sister was tagging her or something like that, and I just clicked on it and I saw it, and it made me so angry, not even defended my sister, right? But just for us as a body of Christ, I really want this to get over, like this to be done. But I wanted to say this. I don't care what nobody say about me, but I do know that I try to be really a true woman of God, right? And I really try to walk a certain way with God. And I want, God is not pleased. So those who are believers, really believers, we should be praying for my sister, praying for her husband, that God, that the choices that she made and the choices
I'm
that
not
he
about to
made,
pray for
praying
no
for the
woman
bishop.
who went to what about the first lady? Y'all want everybody to pray for your sister.
No.
But why
You
y'all
cut
not
me
praying
off.
for the
I
first
said pray
lady?
for the
Y'all
bishop.
are going into
No,
her
you
church.
didn't give me the chance to.
Go ahead.
No, you didn't give me a chance to say it. I said I was starting. You was about to come. I said we should be praying for the
You've
bishop,
been on the phone
praying for
for
his
5
wife.
minutes.
And I was saying
Go
prayer.
ahead.
The whole time I was saying pray. I was on the phone for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the whole time. So I'm going to get off your live because this is your show.
No, go
All
ahead.
I'm
We
going to
listening.
say
Go ahead.
is that we should be praying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. We should pray for the wife, that God restore her and all of the hurt and stuff that she's been through dealing with him, and even the hurt and the pain that my sister had caused her. Pray for her son. Pray for his son. Pray for the bishop and what he's been through, because you know his story. You know his story is really jacked up too. And this is what's happening. It's a generational thing. There's a generational curse going through the bloodline of so many people. And what we're not doing is what we're not praying, right? But we are getting on. We doing. And watch what's going to happen. Not only does his son is still doing what he's doing, but guess what? He's going to have kids, and his son is going to be doing the same thing he's doing. If those who know the bishop story, I found this out. Ask him how how did his dad die? It's a generational curse running through the country, running through the city, running through the states, and all we're doing is we making jokes about it.
Well,
That's what we're doing. We're not realizing that. Go ahead.
What made your sister come out? When did this happen? Like some years ago. But what made her come out? Like Monday, the last couple of days. Like, what made her make that post now? Like, what happened? Because it's all
To be
throwing us
honest,
off.
yeah, and it's true. To be honest with you, that's something that my sister said she needed to get. It's so much. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, it's so much stuff that happens behind the scene that if you asking me that means my sister haven't spoke on it, which means that it's not for me to say. You know what I mean? That's not my song to sing and my story to tell. But all I'm going to say, there's so much stuff happening behind the scene that nobody's speaking of. And my sister's not a nurse. My sister's not a nurse. She's a pharmacy technician. She's a licensed, certified pharmacy technician. Her husband don't drive truck. He's certified in the medical field as well. Like, it's so much stuff I always want to say there's so much stuff that happens behind the scene. And so we're speaking on things that people are speaking on things that we don't know about. You don't know about it. And she brought it, and of course she brought it to the land. It could have been kept quiet. But guess what?
What we don't know about.
No. If you ask me that means that she never said it, which means it's not my song to sing. But if she have not said what she has said, if she never spoke out about it, we would have never known about Sharon and how Sharon decided to do whatever she did with the bishop. We would never know about the girl who was sleeping in the basement and whatever that girl did. There's so many things. If she never spoke out, we would have never known about all the other people that has been affected by the ministry. At the end of the day, everybody's wrong.
Affected by
but God is going to hold the bishop to a whole. God is going to hold a bishop to a whole different, another level of standard. And I want to say this before y'all get off. People like to make up stuff and say that I said it and say, I never said that my sister, what she did was not wrong. I never said that. If you would talk to my sister would tell you what I have shared with her. But everybody is wrong in the situation. Every single body. Even the people who we think were victims.
First, because I feel like this is how I feel. In all honesty, I understand now because the bishop played a role in it. But let me say this, and I'm not taking up for the bishop. I cannot force his wife to leave him. I cannot force his church
Mhm.
to leave him. The only thing I can do as a journalist is commentate on what is public and give my opinion about what I think and praying that I can help somebody get out of Lodabar. But at the end of the day, it is wrong. It is
Mhm.
wrong to go to a church knowing that the senior pastor is married
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
he's making advances at you, because this is the thing. This is the thing. If
Mhm.
it happened at your
Mhm.
job, you go into HR. We ain't talking about, oh, they manipulated me. And people would do a lot to be
Mhm.
quiet to keep their paycheck going. So at the end of the day, I just feel like that I'm not praying for your sister because I know she know that she was wrong. I'm praying for people who really need a intervention from God. They ain't getting up off their face until they hear from God about a situation. I'm praying for the people that
So you're saying you are, so you are a Christian. You are a man of God.
you still give me a minute.
So you are a man of God. You are a
Listen,
Christian.
I was in
And
ministry.
you love the Lord.
Listen, I was
And
in
you love the
ministry.
Lord.
I was in ministry. I got out of ministry because I was not fully serving God with my whole heart. And I sat myself down. Okay. You go look at
I
my,
love that for you.
listen.
No, I'm
But see,
serious.
that's what
I'm
a
saying
lot of
everybody should,
y'all,
people
that's
should be
what a
doing
lot of
that.
y'all, that's what a lot of people like your sister need to practice. Get delivered. Get delivered. Stop trying to be sleeping with the pastor. You cannot come up here
No,
defending
that's
your
why I said she be
sister.
prayer.
And she's,
See, I knew you was gonna do that. If you was gonna be a journalist, you gotta say
y'all,
what I said. If you're gonna be a journalist, say what I said. Cause I never defended my sister. If you're gonna be a journalist, you gotta be a man of truth and say what I said. Don't say what's trying to be funny. Say what I said. Cause I told my sister was wrong. Her husband, everybody. I said everybody who was. I said she was wrong. I said the bishop was wrong. I said we should pray for my sister, pray for her husband, pray for the pastor, pray for the wife, pray for their son, pray for everybody involved. That's what I said. So you're gonna be a journalist, be a man of truth,
if your
and say
sister
what
gonna
I
be a
said.
hoe, tell her to stop being a snitching hoe.
See,
Get that dick, get that money, get that head, and leave. Stop coming up here because we ain't praying for her. Go to hell. Fuck off my live, bitch. Coming up here talking about if you a journalist. That's what they always. If you a journalist, bitch, you ain't know nothing about journalism, hoe, bitch. Fuck off my mother. Fuck your sister. We ain't praying for that dog. I give a fuck about your hoe ass sister. I'm praying for the first lady. What's the first lady name? Let me get the first. What's the motherfucker? We praying for First Lady Pamela Joyner. We praying for Pamela. I'm praying for Pamela because she don't deserve this shit from Bishop Joyner, and she don't deserve this shit from God doggone all y'all hoes that's in the church. Sharon, Lakeisha, your daughter, all y'all. And for the daughter, I apologize for just saying that. But your mama didn't protect you. She should have left that church when the pastor was messing. You should have left the church when he was spilling on you. Sharon, when he was spilling on you in front of everybody in the church, like you say, you should have ran away. You should have left. Talking about you was lost. I bet you was lost. I bet you was lost. I bet you was lost. Come on, talking about pray. If you're a real journalist, tell the truth. Be truthful now. I know one time defending my sister. Girl, the whole time you came up here, you was defending your sister. Is all y'all slow? Are y'all slow? We know the husband's slow. And I wouldn't let that nigga I wouldn't let that nigga come and give no shots, put no motherfucking IV, check blood pressure. Cause he gonna fuck up. He gonna fuck the needle up because he worrying what Ava doing. I don't want to be in a relationship where I got to think that my significant other is cheating on me. I can't be on the road traveling and you cheating on me. And she telling her husband in her statement, what she say? She telling her husband in her statement. She said a cheater don't stop cheating. They just cheat differently. And that's what I came to tell your husband, Joe, Chuck, what's your name? Grady? Hey, she told you what the pastor said. Allegedly. A person never really stops cheating. They just do it differently. And I just feel like that's what that's what they about to do. Nina, what is you talking about? Don't let them suck me in. Listen, let me tell you something. That's how I know you ain't no real. Y'all ain't. Let me tell you. Listen, and this another thing. Stop coming over here on my page, on my comments, on my pages, talking about, Joel, I've been following you for 20 years. Or, bitch, if you've been following me and you a real follower and you're a real supporter, you know how I do my stories. You know I vet, I check my shit. You know how I roast. You know how I laugh. You know how we gag. You know how we deal with real stories and we deal with entertainment. You gonna get blocked. So don't be coming over here talking about, don't let, ain't nobody sucking me in nothing, girl. You know how many stories I got to do? This is entertainment. I have not even been live for my followers for a while, and I'm supposed to been live. I got this teleprompter sitting up here with this camera that I don't spent money on and ain't even used it yet. What is you talking about? You know what? Where my damn block button at? Have a good night, man. Forever and ever and ever, ever. Get on your foo-foo page. Get off my page. So sick of people telling me, you don't get anything. Bitch, invested about what? We just talking. We live. Damn, let me enjoy my people. I ain't been live up here in a minute. Damn. And you can't look out for me. I'm just trying to look out. No, you not. You trying to boss me. Go boss your boss. You can't boss me. I am the boss. I am the boss. I post stories when I get ready. I lounge around when I get ready. I go where I want to go when I get ready. I catch flights when I get ready. I drive, eat, sleep, fuck, shit, piss when I get ready. Okay? My mom and daddy got their own places and houses and stuff going on. Okay? Don't come over here trying to tell me I'm grown. Okay? Damn. I'm coming back next week. So beat my subscribe. Make sure you follow and keep the thing going. We're gonna be coming back live because I want to talk about Miss Washington's story, and I'll talk about that later. But I'm dropping her story tomorrow. So y'all be on the lookout for that. If you don't know about Miss Washington, y'all know the story in Elizabeth City where this mom of New York I think she has 6 children herself that she adopted from the House of Horrors in Brooklyn, New York a long time ago, whatever. Anyways, she bought land in North Carolina and she went through Down East Homes to get a modular home built. Long story short, they never built the house. They were never doing no work for her. And when she told them that she was going to go find another contractor, they dropped a sample house, the same homes that you could go in the parking lot and pick out that you want that they can build for you. They dropped a sample home on her home. And then they told her she might as well work with them because ain't no judge going to get them to remove it. And she tried to file a court order to get it removed or whatever. And they lied to the judge, said we did work on her land. And the judge paid them with her land. Like they stole her land. And it's like, okay, if I'm paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars to build me a home and you saying it's going to be completed by this time, and then we packing up because in 30 days we got to move, or 2 months we got to move, and the home is not built. We can't go to the app and see anything being built. Okay, I want to move to another company. I don't want y'all no more. You can't just drop a fake home that I didn't even order on my land to try to keep me from getting the home that I actually want built by another company, and then try to say, oh, what was the work that you did? Just drop you just dropped, that was the work? Getting a tow truck and taking a sample home from your lot and putting on her lot, and they stole her land. And they thought they was going to get away with it. And Miss Washington sent me this story in 2024, and she sent over 240 something documents. And I just finished going through all of those documents just Monday. No, not Monday. Actually, it was Friday night. It was Friday night, but I was supposed to drop it Monday, but I didn't get a chance to get around to it. So it's been about a year and a half that I have been investigating this story, going through her documents. I mean, it's just been a lot. And that was one of the reasons that took me away from, being online a lot like that. So we definitely about to get back to what we was doing, y'all. We about to get back into it. We're not going to let this year get away from us. And so I'm just so glad that I've been able to work and get a lot of stories done, investigative story. So, and then this other story, I'm adding this to the list. This guy, this scammer right here, this wig stylist. And let me go back to that because I found this from a Yellow Pages report. They like to pull up old shit on everybody else, so we're gonna pull up some old shit. Somebody said This was because Bradley is going by this Worthington name. Again, if you don't know who he is, he went online accusing the pastor. His auntie got up here and said that he was lying, he be scamming, doing a lot of stuff. And a lot of people send me some stuff about him or whatever about him scamming. But somebody put up there, I would not recommend you do business with this company. I contracted Bradley for a service and canceled the appointment at least 24 hours in advance because I had second thoughts. It has been over 60 days and I have not received a credit for my deposit. Bradley will not return my emails or phone calls and the voice message system is full. This is not good business practice. I have filed an official complaint with the BBB of South Carolina. And then I saw this one right here. Bradley Worthington of South Carolina did a horrible job on a Malaysian weave. It took him over 24 hours to respond to my problem. His voicemail was always full and days for him to text me back. He said his new client was his top priority since it was new money. It was bumpy, lumpy, and the thread and tracks were showing. He goes to state, getting thousands of dollars. He promised to refund me the cost of the install via recorded conversation of $314. Since I had to have another stylist redo his horrible work, and now he would not. I'm taking him to court for the entire $628. And you know, so many people that I have spoken to over the last 24, late last night, early this morning, have told me people that he has scammed. And I'm like, well, damn, how y'all find me? You know, how y'all find my video? You know, so all these people's coming to me talking about they're scamming. They want to come out on him. So this little story that he got about the bishop, baby, it's finna be a story on your ass. And Josh should have told him. Josh tried to tell him, but he didn't want to listen. But he finna find out. And he's going around with this name, Bradley Worthington or whatever, because he's trying to hide from his real name. Because when you go run his real name, he got warrants for his arrest. And he got so many charges. I'm talking about shoplifting charges, DUI, like he got so many charges. And you sitting up here trying to talk about if somebody is a journalist, bitch. Well, if you knew so much about being a journalist, pussy ass nigga, why you didn't come up here and tell these people all this stuff that you was doing? We the people want to know. So anyways, y'all, catch me when I'm live. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. I appreciate each and every one of the people for coming in. Gerald, get the sister. She said she getting your page taken out. I don't care. What's the sister page? What's the sister page? What's the sister page? Give me the sister page. What's the sister page name? They talking about Gerald, get the sister. She said she get your page taken down. The sister made a post because she thought she was going to receive support and she got dragged. I don't support side chick, but I would prefer. Thank you so much, Miss Gloria. Where's she at? What's her page? Sonya said, I used to work. Oh, Sonya, this is a dirty story, baby. Wait till I drop it. The NCB has been and ain't going nowhere, bitch. If you mad, leave the hoe. I'm just trying to understand. So, yep, I got to do the bearded chef. They sent me that story about him scamming. Oh, God. Then they sent me a story about Trey Beyonce scamming. I'm just like, y'all, why y'all don't Google and look him up? It's clearly a story on our page. All these people that still scamming, all they got to do is Google and do research, and the stories that we don't wrote about them going to come up. So it's just like, before you be booking with these people on Facebook that have no websites, no LLCs or nothing, please go Google them and look them up. Okay, what's her page? They said the sister man. What's the sister page? What's the sister page? She said the sister page is what? Everybody going off on Facebook. Let me go. Let me see what the sister page is. They said the sister over there mad. She mad because I hung up the phone on her. What's her name? What's the sister name? Y'all ain't got the sister page name? Look up, Fred. Get yourself together. Okay. All right. Well, y'all don't have. Listen, nobody care about the sister. Tell the sister to go lay hands on her sister's womb. Okay. And tell her to stop crying. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. I'm out.